Hi guys, good evening. Guys, if you are able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Okay. Thanks for the confirmation, guys. Thanks for the confirmation. So before I start today's session, okay, before I start today's session, where I'm going to explain about flow control statements in detail. That's what is the topic for today. So a lot of things we are going to cover. We are going to go to the next level. Before I do that, I would like to take some time in appreciating the efforts that you are doing in the this discussion group. You see, this is the power of our community, guys. Okay, at present we have around 221 people in the community. Okay, this WhatsApp group we have created for our students so that they can interact with each other and help each other. Today I can say a lot of discussions are happening. People are helping other people. So I would like to appreciate you guys, okay, for helping each other instead of depending on me completely. Okay. You're also helping other people and clearing their doubts. So this is what is a healthy kind of discussion should happen. Okay. People are sharing different type of stuff. Okay. I'm very glad and happy that this kind of communication is happening in our discussion group, WhatsApp discussion group, and a lot of people are sharing some documents, whatever they want. Okay, very useful information. Apart from you getting the updates about the classes and all, you can see that a lot of discussions are happening. A lot of things are happening. So I wanted to take some time and appreciate you guys for that. So good work, everyone, and keep continuing the same in the community. Let's maintain a healthy community, and it's not just about learning and leaving the things. We also have to take the advantage of the community and give back to the community at the same time. Okay, we have to take the help from the community, give the help to the community, and because of that community, a lot of things we'll learn together in the coming days. I would like to appreciate everyone who is participating well in that WhatsApp group community. Okay, so with that note, we'll start today's session, guys. Okay, the session is all about the flow control statements. The session is all about the flow control statements. So yesterday I covered about variables, data types, literals, and operators. Okay. So yesterday I covered variables, literals, data types, and operators. So you got some idea about basic stuff of Java. Now let's go to the next level, that is flow control statements. Okay. Some bit of programming logic will start now. Okay. But don't worry, guys. I'll make you guys very comfortable with this. If you have clearly understood yesterday's session, today's session also will be, cakewalk only. Okay. So you can easily understand today's session if you have understood the yesterday's session. So flow control statements. So what exactly are these flow control statements? What exactly are these flow control statements that I'm going to cover in this today's session? So we are going to the next level with the help of these flow control statements, guys. Flow control statements. So what are flow control statements? As the name speaks out, okay? Flow control, the execution of the code, the flow of the execution of the code, okay, we can control. That is flow control. Okay, using these statements, we can change the execution of the flow of the execution of the code in the programs. For example, this side, if I am not using, let's assume that the left side, I'm not using any flow control statements, the execution of the code will happen like this, guys. Okay, first line will be executed, then second line will be executed, then third line will be executed. Sequentially, execution is happening line by line. Fourth line, fifth line, then sixth line, then seventh line, then eighth line, then ninth line, then 10th line, then 11th line. Okay, the execution should happen in this way, guys. Okay, the execution should happen in this way. After the first line get executed, after the first line get executed, after this first line get executed, then second line will get executed. After second line, third line will get executed. After third line, fourth line, then fifth line, then sixth line, then seventh line, then eighth line, ninth line, 10th line, 11th line, and so on. This kind of execution, we are not using any flow control statement. So the execution is happening in a which format, guys, here? Sequential manner. Everyone type in the chat box. Execution is happening without the flow control statements in which manner? Sequential manner. Everyone type in the chat box, sequential. If you are not using any flow control statements, the execution of the code will happen in which manner? Sequential, line by line manner. Okay, sequential manner execution will happen. What if, okay, what if I use this or we use this flow control statements. In that case, let's say there is some code here. Okay, this side, let's say we are using the flow control statements, which will control the flow of the execution of the code in the programs. In such kind of cases, the execution may or may not happen in a sequential manner. Okay, there is a possibility that execution flow will change. The flow in which the execution of the code may happen, may change here. How the execution may happen? For some people, it will happen like this, guys. Okay, after the first line, second line will be executed. After second line directly, like this, will go to this line, and here execution will continue. What about these three lines? This line, this line, this line, they didn't get executed. They didn't get executed. Okay, we can skip these three lines and go here. How this is possible? Here, in order to run the last code, right? Last line of the code, all the previous lines of code should be executed sequential manner. Then only it will be possible. But here you see, after the first line and second line got executed, immediately the third, fourth, fifth didn't get executed. This third didn't get executed. Fourth didn't get executed. Fifth didn't get executed. Then finally directly sixth line. First one, second one, sixth line, seventh line, eighth line, ninth line. Okay. What about these three lines? They got skipped. Okay. This is possible with the help of flow control statements. Okay. We can skip some lines of code, or there may be some situations where, let's assume that the code got executed like this. Now here, the same lines got executed multiple times like this. The execution may happen something like this, guys. Okay, the same lines of the code got executed like this. First line got executed only one time, second line got executed only one time, third line got executed only one time, fourth line got executed only one time. But fifth, sixth, seventh lines, fifth, sixth, seventh lines got executed one time, two time, three time, four time, five time, six time, seven, eight, nine, 10 time, and then eighth line got executed only one time, and ninth line got executed only one time. So how this is possible? How we are changing the flow of the execution of the code? How that is possible, guys? With the help of flow control statements. If you are using the flow control statements, this kind of execution will happen. Or there may be situations where from this line you will go to this line, from this line you will go to this line you will go to this. You will jump from here and there like a monkey. You can also jump between the code like a monkey, guys. Okay, with the help of the flow control statements. Okay, but here in sequential manner, you see how simple and neat it is. After first line, second line is getting executed. After second line, third line got executed. Then fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. But here, the code can be executed in different ways. Some lines can be skipped. Some lines can be executed multiple times, or we can jump like a monkey from one line to another line, second line to third line to fourth line to fifth line to third line to eighth line, like that. Okay. So this is what is the here no non-sequential manner. Execution will happen in which manner? Non-sequential manner, where the execution will happen in a non-sequential manner. Okay, the flow of the execution of the code will change. So how the execution of the code is happening in non-sequential manner? Here we have used flow control statements. Here we have used which statements, guys? Everyone type in the chat box. What type of statements we have used for non-sequential manner? What type of statements we have used in the program for executing the code in the non-sequential manner? Tell me. Which type of statements we have used in the programs to get the program getting executed in a non-sequential manner? Flow control statements. That's what is the topic for today, guys. That's what is the topic for today. Today, you guys are going to learn how to change the flow of the execution of the code in the programs. How to change the flow of the execution of the code in the programs. Instead of executing the code in a sequential manner, how to execute the code in a non-sequential manner by controlling the flow of the execution of the code. Okay. So flow control statements are the statements. Flow control describes the order in which statements will be executed at runtime during the running of the program. How the statements or how the lines of the code in the program are getting executed. There are different type of flow control statements and can be categorized as below, guys. You can see this diagram, guys. You can see this diagram and understand there are different type of flow control statements possible. One is selection statements. Then we have iterative statements. Then we have transfer statements. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll just also use this mind map tool. Okay, just for a while. I'll use a mind map tool. Let me launch the mind map tool, and I'll show you how to draw this kind of diagrams and all. Okay, using this tool. Fine. So in flow control statements, we can categorize the flow control statements. Meanwhile, the Xmind software launches, right? Meanwhile, the Xmind software launches, right? Let's look into this diagram and see. These are the flow control statements. You understood what exactly the flow control statements are. They will change the flow of the execution of the code. Instead of the code getting executed in sequential manner, non-sequential manner, the code will start executing when you use these flow control statements. These flow control statements can be categorized into three types. What are they? By looking at this diagram, you have to type in the chat box what are the different type of flow control statements we have in Java. By looking at this code, you can tell me what are the three. There are three categories, guys. There are three categories of flow control statements. What they are, you have to print it. You have to write. I don't want to speak them out. You can see the diagram and write in the chat box. What are they? What are the different flow control statements we have? Three categories are there. What are they? First one is what? Selection statements, iterative statements. Yes, correct. Transfer statements. Whatever you have written in the chat box is 100% correct, guys. Selection statements, iterative statements, and transfer statements are the variety of statements. Three category of these are the category of the flow control statements. There are a lot of flow control statements in Java, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Some 14 flow control statements are there, but they can be categorized at a high level into three categories. That is, one is selection statements, other one is iterative statements, and other one is the transfer statements. These are the three variety of flow control statements we have in Java. Selection statements, iterative statements, and transfer statements. Okay, selection, iterative, and transfer statements. Fine. Coming to the first category. Coming to the first category of the flow control statement, let's see the mind map has launched. Let me create a new mind map here. I'll just select one format here. I'll just select one type. Okay, done. Here I'll increase the font a bit, and here I'll draw the diagram. What is the topic name? Flow control statements. What are the different type of flow control statements we have in Java? What are the different type of flow control statements we have in Java? There are three variety of flow control statements we have in Java. That is selection statements. First one is what? Selection statements. Second category is what? Iterative statements. Iterative or iterative or looping. People call it with different names. Iterative statements. Then we have transfer statements. These are the three categories in which we can divide the or categorize the flow control statements in Java into. All the multiple flow control statements can be categorized into three groups, three high-level categories, that is selection statements, iterative statements, and transfer statements. First, I'll go with the selection statements, guys. Selection statements are if statements, then we have if-else statements, then we have if-else statements, then we have switch case. What are the different variety of selection statements we have in Java? What are the different variety of selection statements we have in Java? Everyone type in the chat box. So participate, guys. Participate when I'm asking you the questions, right? It's very easy to write in the chat box, guys, so that you will remember what are the four variety of selection statements we have. Type in the chat box if else, if else, and switch case. Okay, switch. Yeah, everyone.
Is the selection statement the same thing as conditional statement?
Yeah, yes, correct. Selection statements can also be called as conditional statements also because they have a condition. Okay. Selection statements can also be called as conditional statements because they have a condition. Okay. What is that condition or conditions? I'll tell you. You can also call the selection statements as conditional statements also. So conditional operator is there. Okay, but here conditional statements also we can call. Okay, you will understand. In a while you will understand. Okay. So selection statements can be, what are the four different selection statements we have? If else, else, and switch case. Okay. They can be called as conditional statements also. The reason behind that is we can have one or more conditions in this selection statement. That's why we can call them as selection or conditional statements. Okay. Here, iterative statements can also be called as looping statements, okay, for looping purpose. For running the same set of code multiple times, right, we generally use iterative. Jumping like a monkey from here and there, it's like a transfer statement. Selection statements are conditional because these selection statements have some condition. Based on the condition, whether we have to run the code will be decided or whether we don't have to run the code will be decided. I told you this example, right? Some lines got skipped from execution, okay? If the condition is satisfied, this lines will be executed. If condition is not satisfied, the lines will not be executed. Okay, such kind of power we have in the flow control statements. Let me close that diagram anyhow. So selection statements, everyone is now have written in the chat box. A lot of people have written. That's very great that everyone is participating very well in the chat box by typing the different variety of selection statements we have. I'm going to start with the first one, if selection statement. What is the first one? If selection statement or if conditional statement, whatever you want to call, that's fine. Okay. If selection statement, I'm going to cover, guys. Okay, I'm going to expand this project. So here under SRC, we are creating a lot of packages, right? Lot of packages we are creating. So here I'll just create one package. Here this time I'll show you guys not only packages, you can create sub packages. Okay, the situation that is coming like instead of packages, I'll create sub packages also. Here I'll write flow control statements pack. This is a parent package I'll say. And under this parent package, I'm going to create a sub package. So here, when you try to create, right click on this package name and select new package rate. The original package will come, that is flow control statements pack will come. And we have to say dot here. And after dot, you have to write selection statements pack. Finish. What happened? So it doesn't look like proper, right? This is a parent package. Under the parent package, we have selection statement pack. If it doesn't look good for you, you have to do one thing. You just go click on these three dots, and here package presentation will be there. Instead of flat, take it hierarchical. Okay. Now create one more package here. That is okay. I'm not able to create here. Right click new. First of all, I'll create a class, guys. Okay. First of all, I'll create a class under this flow control statements. After that, we'll see if selection statement demo. Okay. I'll write this code for now. With main method, I'll create. You don't have to remember any main method code, anything. Everything will be auto-generated by the Eclipse ID only. Okay. Okay. So a sub package I created, guys. You see the main package is flow control pack, statements pack. Under that, there is one sub package known as selection statements pack. Once I create multiple packages, right, you will see the difference. For now, you'll not see much difference, but okay. So fine. Inside this main method, I'm going to write some code, guys. Okay. Int a is equal to 5, comma b is equal to 4. Okay. Int a is equal to 5, b is equal to 4. I'll write now. Observe carefully, guys. I'm going to explain about the if selection statements or if conditional statements because they're called as conditional because, okay, they have a condition. First, what is the syntax I have to write? If. If is a predefined keyword in Java. Everyone type in the chat box. If is a predefined keyword in Java. Like package is a keyword, public is a keyword, class is a keyword, this void is a keyword, int is a keyword. If is also another keyword in Java. If is a predefined keyword in Java, write in the chat box. Everyone remember, if is a predefined keyword in Java, you see, it's coming in purple letter means automatically is a predefined keyword. Okay. So what is the syntax of this if selection statements in Java is after writing this if keyword, you have to provide circular brackets like this. You have to provide the circular brackets, and after the circular brackets, you have to start the if block. You have to start the if block using the curly brace and end the if block. Like the class will start with the curly brace and class will end with curly brace. Like the main method will start with the curly brace and main method will end it with curly brace, right? Here also, after writing the if keyword, after the circular brackets, you have to start the if block and end the if block like this. Okay. This is and here we have to have a condition. We have to mention a condition. Okay. If in the circular bracket condition will come, after that, the curly braces will come. Starting and ending curly. This is a body of the if block. This is called as if block. Everyone type in the chat box. Whatever I highlighted is nothing but the if block. This is called as if block. Everyone type in the chat box if block. If block. Okay. So that you will remember. This highlighted thing is called as the if block. Body of the if selection statement that is called as if block. Okay. So the terminology we use while calling this as if block. Okay. So that's why you have to remember. So fine. Here condition means anything that returns either true or false. What is mean by a condition? A condition statement is nothing but a statement which either returns what? Either it should return true or it should return false. Everyone type in the chat box. What is conditional? Condition is nothing but a statement which will return true or false. Okay. How can you get true or false? From yesterday's session, can you give me some examples where you can get true or false? Any examples, guys? How can we write some statements which will result in true or false? Yeah, Boolean value should be written. What kind of statements we have to write in Java programs to return true or false? Anyone? Some examples you give. Yeah, A double equal to B. That's correct, Vikas. Okay, A double equal to B is correct. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone?
If A is
Yes.
greater than B.
Yes, correct. A is greater than B. A less than or equal to B. Okay, like that. Okay, any condition that whatever you guys are writing here, whatever you told, right? That's correct. Okay, A greater than B, A less than B will result in a Boolean operation only, right? It will result in Boolean result. Here also I'll write A greater than B. Is that a conditional statement or not? It's a condition statement or not? Yes, right? It will result in some Boolean value. This condition will result in a Boolean value. If this condition is satisfied, then only run this block of code. Then inside this starting and ending block, you can write any number of statements. I'll write first one statement. For sample, I'm writing print statement. I'll simply write A is greater than B. I'm printing a string literal. As you can clearly see that I'm printing which type of literal? String literal I'm printing. Okay. If A is greater than B, A is greater than B, string literal is getting printed. String literal is getting printed. Okay. Now, it is that only one line I have to write? No, I can write any number of lines. System.out.print. Again, sample A is greater than B only I want to print. Okay. Now, at the end of this statement, at the end of this if block, inside the main method, at the end of the if block, I'll write system.out.println, end of this program. End of this program. Okay. Now, if I run the code, what will happen, guys? What will be the output? What will be the output if I run this code? Here A is equal to 5, B is equal to 4. If A is greater than B, if 5 is greater than 4, then this particular block, if block will be executed or not. It will be executed or not, guys. If this condition is true, 5 is greater than 4 is true, this block will be executed or not? Yes or no? Type in the chat box. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. This particular code which is there in the if block will be executed because the condition is resulting in true. If true means this code will be executed. So A is greater than B, A is greater than B will be printed. I can only write one statement, but I want to show you, we can write multiple statements inside this if block. That's the reason I repeated the same statement multiple times. So what happens is A is greater than B will be printed, A is greater than B printed. And after that will come out of the if block and end of this program will be printed. Run this code and observe that what is happening. Run this code and observe what is happening. A is greater than B, A is greater than B, and end of this program. What if I write something like this? Okay, if I make this 4 and if I make this 5, just copy this. First of all, it was 5 and 4, right? I'll comment this out. Okay. So I'm just testing with this program with multiple different type of data. Now in this case, this got commented out and this one is uncommented. So A is equal to 4, B is equal to 5. A is greater than B. What is the result? True or false? A is greater than B. 4 is greater than 5. True or false? 4 is greater than false. If it is false, this block will be executed or not, will not be executed. No, it will not be executed, right? Type no in the chat box if it is not getting executed. It's not going to get executed. So it will not be executed because the condition has resulted in a Boolean value known as false. If it is false, this block will be skipped. The code will be skipped. The code in the if block will be what? It will be skipped. Everyone type in the chat box. The code in the if block will be skipped. Skipped. You can type in the chat box skipped. Okay. If the condition is returning in false means the code inside the block will be skipped from execution. Once it is skipped from execution, this will not be executed and finally end of this program will be printed. What will be the output in this case? These statements will not be printed, guys. Directly end of this program will be printed. A is greater than B will not be printed. Okay. You see, end of this program only will be printed. This code, this line got skipped. Did we change the flow of the execution of the code? By using this if selection statements or if conditional statement, here one condition is there, it can be called as conditional statement also. Did we change the flow of the execution of the code? Yes or no? By skipping these lines of the code execution has come from here to here, and from here directly it went here and then here. It didn't run this code. So how to know that the execution flow has been changed and this particular code has not been executed? We can run this code in debugging mode, guys. Okay. We can run this code in debugging mode. So are you guys interested in seeing what is the debugging mode here? If I right click run as here, am I debugging? No, right? I'm not debugging. Okay. This is like running only. If you want to debug this, what you have to do is in one of the statement in the code, for example, in the 8th line, which I feel is a starting point is very good. I'll double click here. Here, there is a kind of bar coming, right? On that bar, I'll double click. When I double click, a breakpoint will be added. First thing to perform debugging of the program is what? We have to put a breakpoint. This is called as what? This particular dot I have written here is what? A breakpoint. Everyone type in the chat box breakpoint. It's called as a breakpoint. Okay. In Eclipse IDE editor, added a breakpoint at this particular line. I'll show you what is debugging means. You can run this particular lines step by step to see how the execution of the flow of the execution of the code is happening. If you want to run this code instead of running, right click run as Java application, all the code is running at a go. I will not be able to investigate. Okay. If you are an investigator, okay. If you are an investigator, okay. So you want to solve the problem like police or something. What you will do, guys? Okay. CBI or police or whatever you call, okay, any investigation agency in your country, okay, FBI, whatever you call, what they will do, guys, they will not rush up. They will try to analyze what is the problem, okay, they'll write all the points, they'll gather the clues, step by step they will match and then try to find the culprit, okay. They'll try to find the culprit in that manner, okay. Step by step they are going to investigate and solve the problem, right? Here also, if you run the program, guys, the program will be run at a go. Here investigation is possible. If you run the program like this, is investigation possible? Yes or no? If I run the program like this, can you investigate any problem in anything in this program? The answer is, what is the answer, guys? No, we cannot investigate. We cannot investigate, guys. If you run the program like that, we cannot investigate. How to investigate? By debugging this code. How to investigate? What is the process of investigating? By debugging. Everyone type in the chat box, debugging. Investigation is possible with debugging. So what debugging will help us? How the debugging will help us in investigating? Wherever you have put a breakpoint, right, the program execution will stop there. And from that line onwards, line by line, you can run the code. Line by line, you can run the code. Okay, that is what is called as debugging. Clear, guys? Everyone clear? What is the debugging? Debugging is a process of investigating the code with an intention of finding some problem in the code. Whether the problem will be there or whether the problem is not there, but you want to investigate or check the program to see how the program is getting executed line by line. That is called as debugging and is generally used for debugging purpose. Here we don't have any problem in the code, but in real time, we generally go for the debugging, okay, to find out any problem, root cause of the problem of the code, we do the debugging. But here we are performing debugging with an intention of learning purpose. How the coding is getting executed, we want to know. That's the reason we are debugging here. But in real time, the developers or automation engineers will debug the code with an intention of finding the problem in the code, where exactly the program is going wrong. To investigate that, we perform debugging. But here, are we debugging with an investigation point of view or learning point of view? Understanding point of view. We are here investigating in understanding point of view, guys. We don't have any problem with this code, but we are just learning point of view. I'm explaining you how to debug so that you can see how the program execution is happening. Okay, try to remember the stuff. So once you put a debugging point here, right click. Don't say run as. Don't say run as. Either you can right click on this file also, guys. Don't say run as. Instead of that, say what? Debug as. Right click. Instead of run as, we have to select which option? Instead of run as, we have to select which option, guys? Right click and select which option. Type in the chat box, what is the option I have to select for debugging? Once you add a breakpoint, without adding breakpoint, if you debug, there is no use. There is no use if you don't add the breakpoint, right? Program execution will not stop there. So there is no use in debugging if you don't put a breakpoint. First step is that you have to put a breakpoint. After putting a breakpoint like this kind of dot kind of thing in the line, okay, then right click on the program and say debug as. Instead of run as, say debug as and say Java application. Then you will get a dialog, guys. Here you will get a dialog saying that confirm perspective switch. Do you want to move into the debugging mode? Here Java mode is there. You see before this dialog, before I select any option on the dialog, you see here on the top right corner of this Eclipse ID, you see J option is kind of selected. Can you see that option, guys? Guys? So someone is asking me a question like how to put a breakpoint. Okay. So yeah, Sravanti is asking me the question how to put a breakpoint. I'll stop this, guys. I'll stop this. I'll go to the normal mode. Okay, here, how to put a breakpoint. Just see again. Sravanti, you there? Sravanti, you there? I'm going to show you how to put a breakpoint.
Yes,
Just
I'm here.
observe here. For example, I would like to debug from this point of, okay, I want to start the investigation from this line. So if I have to start the investigation from this line, then this is nothing but the 8th line you can see. And there is a blue color bar, right? There, you move your mouse and double click. You got a small dot. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
That is called as breakpoint. That's how we have to add the breakpoints. Okay, clear now? How to put the breakpoint?
Thank you.
Now, after that, without putting a breakpoint, there is no use of investigation. Now, after that, you have to say debug as. Instead of run as, you have to say debug as and Java application. Then you will get a dialog. By default, the perspective will be in the Java perspective, as you can see on the top right corner, guys. Can you see that Java perspective option on the top right corner of the screen? J kind of option is there with some options. J is there and some options are there. Can you see that, guys? I'm putting my mouse. I'm hovering the mouse on that option. Everyone can see that, right? Here on the top right corner of the Eclipse ID, we have J. That is normal perspective. It's not debugging mode. Okay. Once you select switch, okay, when you try to say debug as, right, you will get this kind of dialog. and confirm perspective switch. I don't want to remember my decision. If I still want to go to debugging, right, it has to ask me. I'll just switch. Once I click on switch button, right, we'll move from the normal Java mode to the another view called as debugging view. You see here, a bug kind of icon is there. You see, a bug kind of icon is there. Earlier, the option was there at the J kind of option. Now it got changed to debugging view. This is debug view. This is normal Java view. Okay. Now my perspective of the way I'm going to run the program is changing into debug view, where you can see lot of different options have come. In the normal Java view, do you have all these options? Did you see all these options, guys? Earlier in the normal Java view, the options were not there. Once you have switched to the debugging view only, you will get these new options like, some option here. You see, there is an option here, resume kind of option, stop kind of option, step over kind of option. Like there multiple options are there, okay? Over the mouse properly, you'll get step over. This is step over. Step over means you want to run the code line by line. You see, the program execution has started, guys. Already the program execution has started. And where did the program execution has stopped? It's asking me the permission to run this line. The Java program is asking me the permission to run this particular line. Wherever it is highlighted in background color light green, right? The program, that particular statement is not executed. It is not executed. It is asking me my permission. How to run this particular line? For that, I have to use this option known as step over. Line by line, if I have to run this, you can see my mouse cursor, right? When I'm putting on this over the mouse, you'll get step over F6, or you can press F6 key also. That's also fine. Or you can select this option. Everyone able to see that? The program execution has stopped at the line 8. That's correct. The program execution has stopped at the line 8, where debugging, this breakpoint is there. Okay, now if I want to start investigating of this program, right, I can run this particular code line by line. Okay, here learning purpose only we are seeing how the if block is getting executed. I click on this. What happened? This line got executed. The value of A got assigned, variable A got assigned with 4 value. The variable B got assigned with 5 value. We got the result. You see, this line here got executed, and the result is A is equal to 4, B is equal to 5. In the output, nothing is printed at this moment. Now, A is greater than B. This condition that the control of the code is there here. Okay, line by line we are running the code. Again, if I step over here, it will go inside the if block. It will not go inside the if block. Tell me, guys. If I click on step over option here this time, it will go inside the if block, or it will not go inside the if block. Tell me. Based on the condition, you have to tell me. A greater than B, 4 greater than 5. Will it go inside the if block, or it will not go inside the if block? It's not going to go. It's going to directly go somewhere. Okay, which line it is going next? Let's see that. So you are saying not going, right? Click on that. Where it went? Directly from this 10th line, it jumped onto the 15th line. What about 11th line, 12th line, 13th line? Did they get executed? Did they get executed? No. Directly it jumped from the 10th line to 15th line. Now, the print statement has not been printed. The print statement has not printed. Okay. We have to click on step over option to continue the code. Okay. Step over option. Now, that line also got executed. That line also got executed. Because of that output, end of this program came. Okay, then the code is not completed at 17th line. It is asking us to complete. Okay, click on that. Now the program execution has completed. Okay, terminated. Once terminated will come means the program execution has been completed. Everyone clear how to debug the code in debugging view to see how the code is getting executed line by line with an investigation perspective or learning purpose perspective? Okay, able to understand now? Now I am in which mode actually? Currently I am in which mode? Debugging mode. Debugging mode I am. In Eclipse IDE, the kind of view I am getting is debugging view. If I want to change to normal Java view, I have to take my mouse onto this option. You see, last button option is there here, Java option, select that option. Again, you will change it back to the normal view. Okay, you can still have the breakpoint, guys. It will not cause any harm. If you run as, it will not cause any harm. When you debug as only, the program execution will stop at this line. If you say still, after having the breakpoint, if you say run as Java application, there is no use of that, okay? Okay, in debugging mode only breakpoints will be useful. In normal mode, it will not be useful. Okay, got it? Clear? Clear, everyone? How to debug the programs is clear. Along with this understanding of this program, have you understood how to debug the code line by line is clear for you as part of investigation or as part of learning how the code is getting executed? Okay, we'll use here and there, guys. Don't worry, we'll use here and there. So now everyone clear about how the if selection statements work is clear for you? Everyone clear how the if selection statements will work based on the condition? If the condition is true, the block of the code will be executed. If the condition is false, the block of code will be skipped. Clear now? If it is clear, just type C in the chat box. We'll go to the next kind of selection statement. That is if else selection statement. Yeah, great.
So if you write sysout println, A is not greater than B, will it execute that line or no?
Here A greater than B I have seen, right?
No, if you print, like if you scroll down like to system.out.println, if
This
you
one?
put in A is not greater than B, will it execute it or not?
The text doesn't matter. The condition only
Okay.
matters. Okay, I have written the program in a very,
Okay.
ethical way, you can say. Okay. So
Okay, so
it's
it
a
goes by
freedom of
condition.
speech. Basically, whatever you write inside the block is up to you. But I don't have to mislead you, right? Whether you put A
Yeah.
is not greater than B, that will only get printed if the condition is true. Okay, but that's
Okay.
not right
Okay.
way of writing, right? Ethically, it's not correct. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, but you can
Understood.
still write. That's up to you. Okay.
Sure. Thank you. Thank
Yeah, because the execution of the code in the particular if block will happen based on the condition. What is not written inside the block is doesn't matter. Okay, it will be based on the condition only. Okay, clear now? Now the next category, I'll create a class known as if else selection statements demo. Okay, if else selection statement. Second category, second item in the flow controls selection statements category or control flow statements category. With main method, I'm creating the class, and inside this main method, inside the main method, I'm going to write the code like this. I can say int a is equal to 5, comma b is equal to 4. Here I'll write if a is greater than b. If a is greater than b, you know the syntax of if block, right? The same thing I'll repeat. System.out.println. Okay, a is greater than b. In this if block, you can write any number of statements, guys. In the if block, you can write any number of statements. Okay. So just to, instead of writing multiple statements in real time, right, I'm just copy pasting the same statement. So now, what if the condition is true, this block will be executed. What if you want to execute some other code? Okay. What if you want to execute some other code if the condition is false? What I have to do? At the end of this if block, you have to write else block. What is this called as this? Everyone type in the chat box. What is this block called as? Else is another keyword. Can you clearly see that, right? Like if is one keyword, at the end of the if block, you can start else. And else is another keyword. Else is another keyword. Control Shift F. Let's see. The spacing is there, you see. In real time, the spacing will be there, guys. Okay. If you want to know how to write the code, write some spacing. If you give the spacing, that's a good practice. Okay. If space, some condition, starting of the block, ending of the block, some space, else some space condition. Okay, it's up to you. If you remember, that's okay. But most of the people write like this only. That's okay. Still, it's not compulsory. If you want to use the best practices, you can go there. Fine. Anyhow, at the end of the if block, else block will start. When the else block will start, guys, where the else block will start? Where the else block will start? Else block will start at the end of the which block? At the end of the which block, the else block will immediately start. Else block will start after what? If block. After if block, else block. At the end of the if block, we start the else block. This is the starting of the block. This is the ending of the block. Okay. Now, if this condition is true, if block will be executed or else block will be executed. Tell me. If the condition is true, the if block will be executed or else block will be executed. If block will be executed. If this condition is true means if block will be executed. The code inside the if block. If the condition is false, then if the condition is false, then which block will be executed? Then else block will be executed. Okay. Earlier, this was not the case. Earlier, if you see that this was not the case. Only if the condition is true, the block was getting executed. If the condition was false, the block is getting skipped. But now the things got changed in the if else selection statements where the condition is true, some lines of the code in that block will be executed. If the condition is false, the lines in the else block will be getting executed. Here I'll print A is less than B. Okay. System dot to demonstrate that we can write multiple statements inside the else block. I'm just repeating the same statement, guys. Okay. As a demo dummy purpose, you can say system.out.println end of this program and write end of this program. Now, if I run this code, guys, if I run this code, what will happen? If I run this code, what will happen? Int A is equal to 5, B is equal to 4. If A is greater than B, 5 is greater than 4. Condition is true or false? Condition is true or false? Condition will result in true or false. 5 greater than 4. 5 greater than 4. True or false? It is true. If block will be executed or else block will be executed. If block will be executed or else block will be executed. If block. So what will be printed? A is greater than B, A is greater than B printed, and after that else block will be executed or will be skipped. If the condition is true, else block will be skipped or executed. It will be skipped. And finally, it will go to the end of this program. Okay, end of this program. So run this code and see that, right click run as Java application and see that A is greater than B, A is greater than B, end of this program will be printed. If you want, you can put a debugging breakpoint here, similar way, and say, instead of run as, say debug as. I'll quickly show you Java application and it'll ask me to switch. I'll click on switch, it'll switch to the debugging mode where it is asking me the permission to run this code. Okay, so this line is need to be executed, step over. Now A has become 5, B has become 4. If condition A is greater than B, 5 greater than 4 is true. So it will go inside the if block. To prove that, you see, if you click on the step over, you see the control came to the 10th line, means it went inside the if block. Okay, again you run, you see it went inside the if block. Second statement got printed. You see A is greater than B. Again, if you run this, this line also will be printed. And now it will go into the else block or not. It will not go inside the else block. It will stop at the 12th line. From 12th line, it will jump onto the 17th line. The moment you see from 12th line, it jump onto 17th line. That means this particular code has been skipped. Okay, A is greater than B, A is greater than B. Last line should be printed. Just click on this. You see, end of this program also got printed, and finally program got terminated. Okay, again you come to the normal mode. Okay, did you understand the flow of the execution of the code this time? When the condition is true, the flow of the execution of the code is like this. What if I make the condition false like this by just write the data in a different way like this? Okay, int a is equal to 4, B is equal to 5. In this case, what will happen? A greater than B is true or false? A greater than B is true or false? A is greater than B is true or false? Tell me, guys. A is greater than B is true or false? False. 4 is greater than 5 is false. So how the execution will happen? The if block will be skipped, else block will be executed. That is, A is less than B, A is less than B will be printed, and end of this program will be printed. Run this code and observe that. Right click run as Java application. A is less than B, A is less than B, end of this program will be printed. A is less than B, A is less than B, end of this program will be printed in the output, guys. Okay. A is less than B, A is less than B, and end of this program. Now, I'll right click here and say run as. I'll instead of run as, right, already debugging point is there here in the failure case when the condition is becoming false, right? How it is running? I want to debug as Java application. Breakpoint is already there. Switch to the debugging mode, and let me run this line by line to see what is happening. Okay, let me run this line by line to see what is happening. First, A has become 4 and B has become 5, and the condition will result in false. If false means it will jump from here to else block directly. You see, directly it went inside the else block. A is less than B. If I run this code, A is less than B will be printed. And again, if I run A is less than B will be printed. We came out of the if else block, and now end of this program will be printed. And the program will get terminated here. Simple. Okay. Clear everyone how the execution is happening in case of, again, I will come to the Java mode. Is it clear, guys, how the execution is happening in case of if else selection statement is clear for everyone? Just type C in the chat box if it is clear. Just type C in the chat box, guys, if it is clear how if else selection statements will work. If it is clear, just type C in the chat box. Great. Superb. Now the next thing is, after the if selection statements and if else selection statements, the next one we have is if else selection statement. Okay, the next category we have is if else. Third one is demo. Okay, selection statements demo. You can finish. You see, we completed the if else. Now the third category is if else. That means you can have more than one conditions. Till now, how many conditions were there, guys? Whether you go to the if selection statements, how many condition was there? How many conditions were there in this program? In the if selection statement, how many conditions were there? Here till now, how many conditions were there? Only one condition. Okay, here we have only one condition. Now, if I go to the if else selection statement, here also how many conditions are there? Here also how many conditions are there? Only one condition is there, not two. TP, that is not right. Here only one condition is there. Where is two conditions? Where are two conditions? Only if condition is there, one condition. Based on this condition, either if block is getting executed or else block is getting executed. But condition is only one. Blocks are two. Clear, TP? TP, is that clear? Only one condition. Only one condition. Based on the condition, there are two blocks. Either if block will be executed or else block will be executed. In normal if selection statement, Only one block is there, one condition is there. Condition is only one, but block is also one. But in case of if-else selection statements, we have one condition and two blocks. That's the difference. Okay, blocks are two, but conditions are only one. But now for the first time, if you go for the if-else selection statements, we can have more than one conditions. How many conditions can be there in this if-else selection statements? More than one. Everyone type in the chat box. In this if-else selection statements, how many conditions can be there? More than one. Everyone type more than one in the chat box. More than one condition can be there here. Okay, more than one condition can be there. Yeah, someone was saying that can this if-else selection statement can also be called as ladder if-else? Yes, you can call that also. Many names will be there, guys. You don't have to remember much, but there definitely it's looks familiar. Ladder if-else also we can call, no problem. Okay. Now, how the things will start, I'll tell you. I'll write some variables. Int a is equal to 9, b is equal to 8, c is equal to 6, d is equal to 4, e is equal to 1. Okay, like this, I'll create some random values I assign to these variables. 5 variables are there. Now I'll write the code like this. If is a predefined keyword in Java. If is a predefined keyword in Java that you already know. It has a condition inside the circular brackets and the starting of the if block and ending of the if block. You know. Okay, here I'll write a less than b. If a is less than b, if that is true means I'll print out system.out.println. I'll print out a is less than b. The string literal I am printing, saying a less than b. You can have multiple statements inside this. I already demonstrated, right? I'll put only one statement here for now. That's okay. And if this condition is not satisfied, I'll go to the else. Else here, after else, immediately I'll not start the block. After else, if this condition is not satisfied, check this condition. Else, check another condition. Another if block is coming. If this condition is not satisfied, then else check another condition. That's what I'm saying. This is called as if else selection statements. Here another condition you can say b less than c. If b is less than c, then print it out system.out.println. You see more than one conditions you are getting, right? In this if else selection statements, b is less than, if the condition is true, b is less than c, I'll print. Again else, if these two conditions are also not right, then check another condition, that is c less than d. C less than d. System.out.println. I'll write c is less than d. Okay. If that above three conditions are also not satisfied, a less than b is not satisfied, b less than c is not satisfied, c less than c, d is also satisfied, not satisfied, then go for d less than e, let's say. Okay, another condition. How many conditions already? 4 conditions completed. You can have 100 number of conditions also, up to you. The kind of logic you want to write, you can write. Whatever the example I'm taking, I'm covering that. D is less than e. Okay, then finally, if D is also not less than E, A is not less than B, B is not less than C, C is not less than D, D is not less than D. Finally, I'll write else block. It doesn't have any condition, it doesn't have else without any if condition. System.out.println, E is the list. E is the list of all. I'll print. And here, as usual, we'll write at the end of the program, we'll write end of this program. Okay, just to see how where the program is completing or something. I'll just for sample I'll write end of this program. Okay, end of this program. Now tell me guys, what will be the output of this code? What will be the output of the code? Here more than one conditions will be there. Yes, else block will be printed. That's correct, Jesse. So here what happens is a is equal to 9, b is equal to 8, c is equal to 6, d is equal to 4, e is equal to 1. That's correct. Now it will check a less than b. True or false? A less than b is true or false? 9 less than 8 is true or false? Tell me guys, in the answer you can say it's false. If this is false, the block of code, if block of code will be executed or will not be executed? This particular if block of code will be executed or will not be executed? Tell me. Will be executed or will not be executed? Will not be executed. It will not be executed. So it will go to the else condition. Another if block is there, okay? If this condition is not true, then go and check this condition. Else check the second condition is saying. That's how it is working, the program. Then if 1 minute. 1 minute. Give me a second. Yeah. If guys, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Okay,
Yes.
great. Fine. Okay, fine. If this condition is not satisfied, this block got skipped and it went on to the next block. Else if b less than c, true or false? 8 less than 6 is true or false? 8 less than 6 is true or false? Everyone type in the chat box your answer. It is false. So if this condition is also false, then this block will also be skipped. This will be skipped. Now else, if first two conditions are not satisfied, then check another if condition. Check another if condition, third if condition, that is C less than D. C is 6 and D is 4. 6 is less than 4, again false. It will skip this block and finally it will go to the else block and it will print out E is the least of all. Here there is no condition to go inside the block. If none of these conditions are satisfied, then else block will be executed. So E is the least of the all will be printed and end of this program will be printed. Run this code and observe that E is the list of all and end of this program will be printed. Now I'll change the data a bit. Okay, I'll change the data a bit. Multiple sets of data I'll write here. Okay, intentionally I'll just open up the second data here. In the second data, what I'll do is I'll write 5 here. In this case, what will happen? Int A is equal to 5, B is equal to 8, C is equal to 6, D is equal to 4, E is equal to 1 now. The data got changed here. A less than B, true or false? 5 less than 8, true or false? 5 less than 8 is true or false? A less than B, that is 5 less than 8 is true or false? It's true means this if block will be executed or not? It will be executed or not? A is less than B will be printed or not? It will be printed. Once this block got executed, what about the other blocks? What about the other blocks? They will be executed or skipped. If one of the block got executed, remaining all blocks will get skipped. Only one condition, one block, that's it. At a time, only one block. Okay? Directly A is less than B and end of this program. That's it. Remaining all blocks will be skipped. One of the condition is true means that particular condition code will be executed. Remaining all blocks will be skipped and end of this program will be printed. A is less than B and end of this program are printed. Now I'll comment this one out and write down here. I'll uncomment this line and here I'll put something like, I'll put 5 here. Let's see what will happen. In this case, what will happen? A less than B. 9 less than 5, true or false? 9 less than 5 is true or false? 9 less than 5 is true or false? False. This block will be executed or skipped. This block will be executed or skipped. This is false means it will be skipped. Now second condition will be checked. B less than C. 5 less than 6, true or false? 5 less than 6 is true or false? True. That means this block will be executed. Second block got executed. First block already got skipped. Second block is getting executed. B is less than C. What about the remaining blocks? They also will get skipped. B is less than C will be printed and end of this program will be printed. Okay. Only second block will be executed. Remaining all blocks, including first block and remaining all blocks, will be skipped. B is less than C and end of this program. B is less than C and end of this program. Done? Clear everyone? And now the next one here, I'll write down 0. Okay. 0 here. Intentionally, I'm giving 0 here. Let's see what will happen. A is less than B. 9 less than 8. False. This block will be skipped. Else if another condition will be checked. B less than C. 8 less than 6 is again false. This block will be skipped. C less than D. 6 less than 0. Again false. This also will be skipped. D less than E. D less than E. 0 less than 1. True. This one is true. D is less than E will be printed and the last else block will be skipped. Already 3 blocks got skipped. Only this condition, whichever is true, only that particular block. At a time, only one block. No matter how many conditions are there, only one block will be executed. It may be if block, it may be else block, or it can be second if block or third if block or fourth if block, whatever it is. Okay. Depending on the condition, only one block at a time will be executed. In this case, D is less than E. 0 is less than 1. D is less than E will be printed and end of this program will be printed. Okay. Clear everyone with this program? Everyone clear with this program? How the program will run is clear for you now? Just type C in the chat box if it is clear. Just type C in the chat box if it is clear. Everyone type C in the chat box if this program is clear for you. I would like to see how many people have understood this program. If any questions are there, you can ask me. What if two conditions are true? First condition block will be executed. Second condition block will not be executed. Got it? Only one block will be executed no matter what. Kalyani, is that answer clear for you? For example, if this condition is satisfied, the next condition, if it is satisfied also, it doesn't matter. The code will be skipped. Only first block whose condition is satisfied will be printed. Okay, your code is very right. Your question is very right. For example, if I write like this, okay, here A is equal to 5 and here 4 I'll say. Sorry, here 6, 7 I'll say. Okay. In this case, what will happen? In this case, what will happen? I'll uncomment this one. In this case, what will happen? The question is something like this. What if the multiple conditions are true? Then, first of all, A less than B will be A less than B. 5 less than 6 is true. So A is less than B will be printed. So else if will not be checked. This will be skipped. The second condition also, if it has given chance, it will be true only. But here, the program control will not go to the else if block here because one condition is true means next condition, if it is true or false, doesn't matter for the program. Okay, only A is less than B will be printed. B is less than C will not be printed. Even though B is also less than C, B is less than C will not be printed, guys. Only this if block will be executed. Clear? Clear, Kalyani? Kalyani, is that clear for you? If multiple conditions are satisfied, the first condition block only will be executed. Second condition block will not be checked.
So in what condition all the true statement will be checked?
I didn't get that. Come again.
No, what I'm saying, in what condition it will execute all the true statement? Like here, you said that it will execute only the first statements.
Yes. First
but-
block only it will get executed. Even though second block condition is also true, it will not execute. It will skip. You see the kind of way the if else selection statements will work is at a time only one block will be executed no matter what.
Okay.
There's no other way to run multiple blocks here. Okay.
So if I wanna execute multiple true statement, then I need to put the another class name.
Not another class name. What you can do is if you want to execute multiple blocks, right, you can nest it. If you want. If you really want, right, you can nest it. Or multiple if selection statements you can write. You cannot put this together. Got it? You cannot put in a single Java program, you can create multiple if else selection statements or whatever it is. Okay. So you have to write that if selection statement separately. If you are writing it together here in if else kind of strategy, right? Style, right? Then only first condition which is true, that block only will be executed. Remaining all blocks, whether true or false, doesn't matter. They will not be executed. Okay. That's how the syntax works. Clear, na?
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. And other question that I was getting here is like Navin is asking me, let's assume if the condition is true and else condition also true. Else condition, you know, if condition is true, it will not go to the else block. It will skip it no matter what. Got it? If this condition is true, this condition is also true, then only the first condition will be executed. Remaining all conditions will be skipped, including the else block and else block. Everything will be skipped. Clear, Navin? Clear, Navin? Only if condition will be executed, remaining all conditions will be skipped. First come, first serve basis. First come, first serve basis. Okay. Let's say, let's give me one. Let me give you one real world example. Let's say I'm running a lottery ticket kind of program. There is a possibility that multiple people can get the lucky lottery kind of amount. Okay. I'm conducting that. I'm sold it. Okay. So in that 5 people can get the lucky lottery, but there is a condition I mentioned that in these 5 people who got the lucky lottery, right? Only the first person who reaches me will get the lottery amount. In that case, what will happen, guys? Even though the out of thousands of people, that 5 people all got the proper lottery ticket and they have won the amount, but who is coming to me first matters. Who is coming to me first will matter. That person only will get the lucky lottery amount, and remaining 4 people will not get. Let's assume that. Okay. Here also same thing. If here multiple conditions may become true, but first condition will get the block executed. Remaining all blocks, even true or false, doesn't matter. They will not be executed. Okay. Once one of the condition becomes true means from starting to ending, if it is going like the one of the condition true means remaining all blocks will be skipped no matter what. Okay. Yes, Janavi, you are asking me one question, right? Can we provide ampersand symbols here? Yes, you can provide, no problem. Okay. Logic, but the conditional expression should return in either true or false. Okay. It can be anything. You can write like this. B less than C. Like this, you can write, no problem. Okay. Like this logical and condition, you can write it. Until and unless this condition is written, conditional statement is returning in true or false, you can still write, no problem. Okay. Fine, clear na, Janam? Yeah. You can write any type of statements which are written true or false. At the end, the result of this conditional expression should be true or false. Then you can write anything inside this. Anything you can write inside this. not only ampersands and all, whatever the statements you are writing here, the result of the statement should be either true or false. Then you can write anything. Inside the circular brackets, you can write anything in Java that either returns true or false. Okay. Any other questions, guys? I think I answered all the questions for you.
Less than or equal to is also there, sir. A less than or equal to.
Yeah, everything will be there. You can write any. That's what I'm saying, right? Here you can write less than B, greater than B, less than or equal to B, greater than or equal to B, A double equal to B, A not equal to B, A ampersand B. Sorry. The another condition like true ampersand false, or false ampersand true.
And is there, sir? A less than B and A is equal to something like that.
That's what the people are asking me in the chat box, right? You
Okay,
see, Janavi was asking in the chat box like A greater than B and A greater than C. Can we write like that? Yes, we can write. Okay. Yeah, we'll see that automatically they will come, guys, when we go to the next level of programming, guys. Okay. Automatically, this kind of conditional expressions will come naturally for us to solve in the program. So he'll become, he'll go to the next level. Okay. So you can write any type of statements inside the if block. The statement should return either true or false. Then you are good. Whether you write logical AND operator or what type of operators, all the variety of operators you can use. But the ultimate result of this statement should result in true or false. That is the only thing that is needed. Okay. Anything you can try it out. Okay. Whatever you feel that results in true or false can be put inside the if condition statements or if blocks. Okay. Fine. Here else is one keyword, if is one keyword. Like that, all the purple things are keywords, guys. You don't have to learn the keywords separately, Java keywords. While you're writing the program itself, when you are getting this keywords in purple color, right? You have to understand that these are the predefined keywords in Java that Java can understand. Okay, Java can understand. So clear, everyone? If everyone is clear, I'll go to the last one in the selection statements category. Last one I'll go. That is called as the switch case. The last one is nothing but the switch case. Okay, the last one is a switch case. To make you guys understand the switch case in a better way, I'm going to explain this switch case with a real world example first, so that the understanding will become very easy for you, how to use a switch case and all. Okay, let's assume that there is a hotel. Let's assume that there is a hotel, and in the hotel, this is a kitchen area where the chefs will be preparing the food for you. Okay, when you check into the hotel, right, the chefs will be actually preparing the food for you. Okay. So the time has come, and dinner time or lunch time, whatever the time, there are some tables arranged in the hotel. There are some tables arranged in the hotel. Okay, you can. So you are very hungry, and you are hungry, and you went to hotel, and you just sat at one of the table here. Immediately, one waiter has come to your place. Okay, some waiter has come to your place where you have sat in that particular hotel, and the waiter is asking you what item you want, sir. Okay, then you said, I want some pizza. Okay, then if the pizza is available or can be available at the hotel, the waiter will go to the chef's area and will order the pizza, and chefs will prepare the pizza, and the waiter will bring back the pizza to this particular person and serve the pizza on this particular on the particular table for this person, right? Now, what if the person is not asking for pizza? If he is asking for pasta, then waiter will bring pasta only. If this particular person is asking for noodles, then waiter will serve noodles only. Okay. So whatever the item the customer is asking, the waiter has to bring the same item, get it prepared from the kitchen. If that is, that kind of item is available in the hotel. Okay. If that particular restaurant or hotel, okay, whatever you can call, if a particular item that customer is requesting is not there in the hotel, then immediately the waiter will not go to the kitchen and ask the chefs. Rather, the waiter will say that we don't serve this item, sir. Okay. If the customer is asking for donut, the donut is not prepared at this hotel. In that case, okay, the waiter will say, we don't serve donuts, sir. Okay. We only serve pasta, pizza, okay, noodles, all these things will serve, but we don't serve, that donut thing. Okay. Like that, he or she will say, the waiter will say, right? So clear with this example, guys, whatever you ask, that only item you have to get. Whatever you ask, that only item you have to get. Okay. That is what is switch case, guys. Okay. Switch case also will work in the same fashion. Okay. If you are asking the waiter for a particular item, that item only the waiter has to serve. Other items should not be served. If a particular item is not there, waiter has to say that that item is not there. Clear with the real world example, understanding the real world example of what is happening. Whatever you are asking to the waiter, that item only is coming back. Okay. I'll implement this kind of same hotel example in the Java program so that you'll understand it. It will be very easy and fun, guys. Okay. It's very fun kind of thing to learn switch case here. I'll write switch case demo. last selection statements category switch case demo, guys. With main method, I'm going to create. With main method, I'm going to create. Click on finish, and inside the main method, here I'm going to write string food item. Food item is equal to, if you are asking the waiter for what? Let's say if you're asking the waiter for pasta, what should be served to you? If the food item is asked as pasta here, what should be served to you? Tell me, what should be served to you? Pasta should be served to you. Here I'll write the switch case here, switch. I have to write switch keyword. What is the keyword here? Another Java keyword is coming. Everyone type in the chat box, what is the keyword? What is the keyword we have used here? Switch. Okay. Switch is the keyword. Here string is what? Here string is a primitive data type or a predefined class in Java. String is a predefined class or a it is a primitive data type or predefined class. It is a predefined class. It's a predefined class. It looks like, it looks like a primitive data type, like int a is equal to 5. Okay. Double b is equal to 5.5, like that it look like, but it's not a primitive data type. It is a predefined class, guys. Okay. You see the keyword is not getting highlighted, like switch case is getting highlighted, right? String is not getting highlighted. If you put int here, you see it will get highlighted. That means it is a Java keyword. It's a primitive data type, but coming to the string, it is a predefined class in Java. The classes will not be highlighted in purple color. So that's why it's a predefined class in Java, guys. Okay. I'll explain about the classes concept later, and string concept also I'll cover in depth in the upcoming sessions. Okay. For now, ignore that. Into this particular variable, we can store the string literal. You understand that, okay? Because this particular variable is declared with a data type, which is not a primitive data type. Rather, it is a class data type, predefined class data type known as string data type. Okay. String class data type. Okay. You can say that it's not a primitive, but it's a predefined class type. Okay. Using the class type, we are declaring the variable and assigning some string literal to that particular variable. Now here I have written something known as switch case. Switch is a predefined, okay? It's a predefined keyword in Java. You see it's coming in purple color. Similar to if selection statements, after the switch, you have to write circular brackets. And start the switch case and end the switch case. Press enter, that's it. It will come automatically in Eclipse IDE. Starting the switch case and ending of this is called a switch block. The switch block, right? Inside the switch block, here some condition is there. The condition is nothing but this food item, guys. Okay, it's not a condition actually. It doesn't return true or false, and unlike if selection statements or if else selection statements or if else selection statement, it's not like that kind of condition. Here, whatever the item is there that you write here, this is not returning true or false, but it is returning pasta for you. Food item is nothing but pasta in this case. Okay, you are representing pasta inside switch case. Now here you write some code like case. Double quotes, right? Pizza. If the customer is asking for pizza, after the pizza, you see case is also another predefined keyword in Java, guys. Okay, like switch is one keyword. This is a syntax we have to write the code, guys. Switch circular bracket, start of the switch, end of the switch. In that we can write any number of cases. First case, this is the case 1. Okay, if you go to the doctor, how many cases are there? You can say that, right? Okay, doctor is in case, is doing some operation there. Say similarly, here one case is there, like pizza case, and that pizza is surrounded by double quotes. Why? Because food item is also in string literal. This pasta should be matched with pizza. Is it matching? Is the pasta matching with the pizza? Pasta in double quotes is matching with pizza here. Pizza literal. Yes or no? Is pasta matching with pizza here? This case is not matching. If it is matching, then the hotel people would have served, here is your pizza, sir. Okay, here is your pizza. Here is your pizza, they would have told. Okay, they would have served pizza for you. And now I have to write some break statement. I'll explain about this break. Another Java keyword we are getting here. 3 keywords we got here. Okay, 3 keywords in switch case. In switch case, we got switch keyword, case keyword in Java, predefined Java keywords, and break is another keyword. I'll explain one by one. Don't worry. At the end of this, the program, right, you'll understand everything. I'll write one more case. This is the first case where if this food item that you are assigning is matching with pizza, then here pizza will be served to you and break will take you out of the switch case. No more cases will be checked. Okay. So now here I'll write noodles. Is pasta matching with pizza? No. So this case will be skipped. Is food item, that is pasta, matching with noodles? No. If it is matching, then they will serve. Here are your noodles. Here are your noodles, they will say. And then break. If one food item is served, only that food item should be served. No other food item should be served. Whatever the food item you ask, that only food item should be served. Let's say And after serving the food item, right, it has to come out of the switch case. No other food item should be served. Okay, whatever the case is solved, matching that case only should be getting executed. And here I'll write. Here I'll say pasta. Finally, pasta. If pasta is matching, here is your pasta. They will serve. Here is your pasta, and simply say break. Then another case. Okay, pizza is there, noodles is there, pasta is there. What is other junk food we have in the market? Just tell me, guys, some junk food. Pizza is there, noodles is another junk food, pasta is another junk food. Okay. Okay. Any famous junk food? Sandwich. Yes, sandwich is also junk food. Sandwich, correct. That is also another junk food. System.out.println. Here is your sandwich. Okay, here is your sandwich, and put a break statement. And finally, default case will be there. Okay, if none of these cases matches, then we'll go to the default. Here you don't have to provide any literal or something, directly default keyword, another keyword. How many Java keywords we got in these statements, guys? Okay, in the switch case, how many Java keywords we got? Write in the chat box, guys. While I'm writing this code, we only serve, 4 keywords. What are the keywords you have to type? We only serve pizza or pasta or noodles or sandwich. Okay, your item is not there. We only serve this one, like the default case. Okay. Control Shift F. This looks good. You can also, just make it go inside. That is also good. It looks good. Very good. If you write this, switch is one keyword, case is another keyword, break is another keyword, and default is another keyword. Yes, correct. Okay. Switch, break, case, and default. Switch, case, break, and default are the 4 Java keywords that you are learning in this particular program, guys, newly. Okay. Now, just let's understand this program, guys. If the food item is pasta, then what will happen? Switch off food item. Switch off food item. Switch off pasta. Pasta matching with this case. Is the pasta matching with pizza? First case. Is pasta matching with this pizza? No. This case will be skipped. It will not be executed. Now next case will be checked. Is this pasta matching with noodles? Is the pasta matching with noodles? No. This case also will be skipped. This code will not be executed, will not go inside the case. And third case will be checked. Is pasta matching with pasta? Yes or no? Is pasta matching with pasta? Yes, case 3 is matched. And we go inside this case, and here is your pasta will be printed, and break will take you out of the switch case. Remaining all will be skipped. Because of this break statement only, remaining all cases and default cases will be skipped. If you don't write the break statement right, they will serve you sandwich and they'll simply say we only serve pasta, pizza, noodles, and switch case also they will print. That's the purpose of the break statement case. I'll explain that break statement anyhow again. But for now, understand that whatever the case is there, that case only should get executed. If you ask for pasta, pasta should be served. If you ask for pizza, pizza should be served. If you ask for noodles, noodles should be served. If you ask for sandwich, sandwich should be served. If you ask any other thing other than pasta, pizza, noodles, and sandwich, they have to simply give you a message like we only serve pasta, pizza, pasta, noodles, and sandwich. They have to give. Okay, now if I run this code, I'll also put end of this program, guys. At the end of the switch case, I'll write end of this program. So it's our general notation, right? Generally, at the end of the program, I'll write end of this program to say that the program execution has been completed. Okay. I'll run this code, right click run as Java application, and observe that what is happening. Here is your pasta, end of this program. Okay. Now, if you ask for, if you instead of string food item, if you say food item is equal to if you say instead of pasta, if you say pizza, then if you say pizza, in this case, what will happen? Pizza matching with pizza. First case only is matching. Then pizza matching with pizza. First case only is matching. Here is your pizza, and it break statement will happen, will come out of the switch case. Remaining all blocks will be skipped. Okay. Once the break statement is there, means it will come out of the switch case, no matter what. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
even if you
So
put
if
capital letter also, it will work, sir.
Yeah.
Capital letter, food item. String food
No,
item
no,
is
no.
capital P.
It's case sensitive, right? It's case sensitive. Okay. Capital P is different from lowercase p.
Oh, it doesn't work. Okay.
Doesn't work. Literals, right? Literals cannot work like that. Okay. Should be uppercase, lowercase is different. Okay. So it will not work.
So if it doesn't match to anything, then it goes to the end of this program, the last one. Oh no, so default.
What is that? What is your question, Anisha? Come again.
If the food items doesn't match with any
Yeah, it will
case,
go to the default case finally.
default. Okay.
If no other cases matches, right here, for example, here, if you ask for
Mhm.
pasta or pizza, right, that particular cases were running, right? If I ask for
Yeah.
a food item like, here I'll say noodles, if I say this time, okay? In this case, what will happen? A food item is matching here. Noodles are not matching with pizza, so this will be skipped. Noodles matching with this case. So what will happen? Here are your noodles will be printed and break statement will take you out of the switch case, okay? Here, end of this program also will be printed. Here are your noodles and end of this program. What if you write something like this string food item is equal to sandwich if I write? In this case, what will happen? Sandwich matching with pizza? No, this case got skipped. Sandwich matching with noodles? This case got skipped. Sandwich matching with pasta? No, this case got switched. Sandwich matching with sandwich? Yes, matching. So here is your sandwich and break statement will take you out of the switch case and end of this program will be printed. Here is your sandwich and end of this program. What if I give another food item which is not there? Apart from this pasta, pizza, noodles and, okay, if I ask something like donut, okay, let's say donut is not there in this particular restaurant. So donut, pizza not matching. Donut, noodles not matching. Donut, pasta not matching. Donut sandwich not matching. Then it will go to which case? Which one? Default case. Then only it will go to the default.
What if you add more than one item? Like if you have like 3 items, like noodles, pizza, and sandwich, do you
Here,
still have to
combination.
do case break?
No, we cannot give that. Only one item we have to give here in the case.
Okay.
So you see, when I give a particular item which is not there in the menu, let's say this looks like a menu in the hotel, right? Pizza, noodles, pasta, sandwich. If you give donut here, donut is not matching with any of the case. It will enter the default case and it will say, we only serve pizza, pasta, noodles, and sandwich end of this program. That's it, okay? Default case will be executed. Now, your question is like, can I give multiple items in the same case? No, we cannot give that. We cannot give multiple items, okay? Multiple items we have to give. If you want to give, right, there is a way. If you really want to, do that, you can do like this, okay? Pizza space pasta, if you write, that's okay. Here,
That's
the
an
string
array.
should be, yeah, string item is got, you're tricking the Java program in that way. Pizza pasta.
Okay.
Got it? Huh?
So what are the situations or scenarios that we have to use this switch case break?
Okay, I'll tell you. What is the situation where you have to use this kind of stuff you are asking me, right? I'll tell you, give me a second.
Yes.
I'll just remove all this stuff so that it looks neat. Yeah, the scenario is very simple. Okay, it's like a selection. Okay, you want particular item that only you want. Okay, if your list of 4 items are there, let's assume that your 4 constants are there. Okay, only that 4 varieties will be there. Like if you select blue color or red color, green color, orange color, white color, like 5 colors are there. Okay, if you want to choose from that list of items, then you have to go for the switch case. Got it? If you want to choose between items, a list of items, then you have to go with the switch case. There is no condition operation here. It's not about the condition is getting true or false here. The program is not about conditional checking. It's all about you have 10, let's say there are 10 people, and in the 10 people, you have to select one person. What you will do? Then you will go to the switch case. It's not about true or false here. It's about selecting whoever you want, or whatever the color you want, whatever the fruit you want, okay, whatever the food item you want.
So-
it all depends on such kind of situations.
So it's limited to one.
Yes.
Answer
So
that question.
it's all about selection from a limited list of items, you can say. Otherwise, for example, if I ask you what is your favorite color, if I write a switch case, your favorite color will be different, and I want to go to the shop and purchase one shirt or something which is in some blue color or something. Let's say I like black color, so I want a black color shirt. Okay, if I give the switch case black, means I'll get the black color shirt. Okay, so if you go and give the program, white means white color state will come. If you go ahead and give the program blue means blue color state will come, like that. Okay. So these all from a limited number of options, you want to choose the options. In that case, you have to go for the switch case.
What happens if we do not use keyword break?
Yes, that's what I'm going to cover now. So I'll just comment this part. If I say donut means we only serve pizza, pasta, noodles, and sandwich is coming, that's default case will be executed if no other cases are matching. So now I'll go to the first one again. So I'll just uncomment this, let's say noodles. I'll uncomment the noodles so that you'll understand the program well. Okay, intensely I'm taking this noodles here. So now I'll remove all the break statements. From all the statements, I'll remove the break statement, okay? Everywhere, or I'll just comment that why I have to remove that. I can comment, right? Better. Commenting is very easy. So if I have to put it back, I can put it back. Comment means it's not there only, right? You can understand that, okay? So it got break statements got commented now. So there are no break statements in the case statement. You can ignore, you can assume now. Now the food item is what? In this case, food item is what? Noodles. Noodles matching with pizza. Are the noodles matching with pizza? No. So this case will be skipped no matter what. Break statement is there, break statement is not there, doesn't matter. The case itself is not matched. We'll go to the next case. Noodles matching with noodles. Noodles matching with the second case, that is noodles. Yes, this time it's matching. So it will go inside the second case, that is noodles case. Here are your noodles will be printed. After printing, here are your noodles. After printing, here are your noodles. What will happen? There is no break statement. Is a break statement available here? After printing, here are your noodles. Is a break statement available here? No, right? Now, since the break statement is not there, will not come out of the switch case once whatever the item you went to the hotel with an intention of eating one item, that is noodles item, and they served you the noodles, but they are not letting you go out of the hotel because they are also giving you pasta, sandwich, and again they are saying that we only serve pizza, pasta, noodles, sandwich. Okay, you will fall down from here. Simple. Okay, if break statements are not there, remaining all cases will be executed in a sequential manner. You see? You asked for noodles, but they are serving you noodles, pasta, sandwich, and again they are saying we only serve pizza, pasta, noodle sandwich, and end of this program they are saying. Got it? That's a problem with the break statements. If you don't provide the break statements, that's what is going to happen. Wherever the condition will get satisfied, right? And if the break statements are not there, all the cases from that point to the ending, the final default case also will get executed no matter what. Got it? Got it, guys? Clear? So in Java, it's compulsory. It's not compulsory, but if you provide break statement, the program will work fine. Okay. It's not, it's kind of optional only, but in some programming languages, if you don't provide the break statement, you will get an error. Okay. If you go to other programming, I don't remember now which programming language I have seen that, but because I worked in Python, C#, Java, right, together, everything, right? I'm going confused state, like in which programming language, what feature is there, I don't know. But in one programming language, I have seen that it's mandatory to provide break statement. If you don't provide, you'll get a kind of compiler error there. But here it is optional. Here it is optional to provide the break statement. But if you don't provide the break statement, all the cases will be executed.
Class that's very
Okay, clear guys, clear everyone? Clear everyone? What is the problem if you don't write a break statement is clear for you? From that particular case, satisfied case onwards, all the remaining cases will be executed. You will fall down. In this code, you will fall down one by one. Okay, you will not come out of switch case. So what is the purpose of the break statement? Tell me guys, what is the purpose of the break statement? Now you have to tell me what is the purpose of the statement?
To make selection.
Whatever the case that got executed, at the end of the case, you want to come out of the switch case. Break statement will break the switch case and take you out of the switch case. If this break statement is there, this got executed inside the switch case means you will come out of the switch case. So to break the switch case, to come out of the switch case, you can type the answer in the chat box now. To come out of the switch case, we use break statement. Once a particular case is satisfied, the code inside the case got executed. There is no need of staying inside the case. To break the switch case or to come out of the switch case, we have to use break. To come out of the switch case, you can use a break statement. If you don't write the break statement, you will be there still there in the switch case, and remaining all cases which are coming down, right? Next cases will be executed without any stop. Okay. So break statement is a case statement where it will take you out of the switch case. Okay, it will take you out of the switch
It
case.
should
Come
be.
out of the switch case once that condition or case is solved. Served, then you have to come out of the switch case. And switch case is generally used in kind of programs where you have selected list of items.
Yeah.
5 to 6 type of items are there, or 10 items are there. In that you want to select one item, let's say. In that case, you have to go. Okay.
पुरै सुतिरहेछ हुँदै खाएर
Okay, any other questions? Any other questions, anyone? About this switch case? Very interesting one, guys. Switch case is an interesting one. Okay, so without break, what will happen? You have seen that, you understood what is the default case. If none of the cases get satisfied, then default case will be executed. If break statements are not there, all the cases will be running from the matched case onwards till the down of the default case, everything will get executed. Break will take you out of the switch case, or will take you out of the switch case, or break the switch case. Okay, break, that's the reason you are using break statements here. Okay, actually break comes under transfer statements, but here in switch case also we use break. So when we go to the transfer statements, I'll again explain about the break statement. Okay, for now, in the switch case, we are using the break statement. No, we cannot say that. Switch case is not an alternative to if else if selection statements. Here, a list of conditions are there. That conditions need to be matched or satisfied. In that case, only switch case you will go. It's not a alternative to if else if selection statements. If else if selection statements have multiple conditions which results in either true or false. Here, do you see any true or false kind of stuff here, guys? The code is getting executed based on some condition, true or false. That is if case, or if block, or if else selection statements, or if else selection statements. But in switch case, it's not like that. You have limited items, you have to pick one. You have limited items and you have to pick one. In that case, you generally go with the switch case. Got it? Some list of items are there. In that, you have to pick one item, whatever you want. That is switch case. Okay, whatever the item you are asking, they are giving it to you. That is switch case. But in if else selection statements, the code inside the blocks are getting executed based on the condition. If the condition is true, the if block is getting executed. The condition is false, else block is getting executed. Something like that. But here there's no condition expression like resulting in true or false. It's all about what you want and what you get. That's it. Okay. Switch case. So in different situations, you have to use in real time. But for now, try to understand, guys. Don't go in depth and don't try to understand what is the difference between switch case and if selection statements and all those stuff. Don't have to worry about that. But at a high level, selection statements, if else selection statements deal with true or false kind of conditions. But here there is no true or false kind of condition. Here we have matching kind of stuff. We have 4 or 5 items that you have to choose from. One of the item you have to choose from. Then you have to go and implement switch case in case of if else selection statements. Okay. We can also implement switch case. We can convert switch case into if selection statement if you want, but let's not go there. It's possible. But generally, it's better to use switch case, which looks very simpler. Okay. If you have to write the same logic with the if condition and all, how to write? If this particular food item that you are asking for, food item dot equals I have to write. Equals method I have to use. Okay. This becomes very complex now. Okay. If it is equal to pizza, then I'll write system.out.println. Here is your pizza. You see, this condition expression will result either in true or false. But here this food item is resulting in the value only. Here this food item dot equals will return true or false. Okay. So you can write this. You can convert this, into multiple if else selection statements. But which one is simpler? Which one is simpler here? Switch case is simpler or this one is simpler? Tell me, guys. By looking at the code, you have to tell me which one is simpler. Equals, noodles. Switch case looks simpler, right? So instead of writing this kind of complex if else selection statements here, okay, you can simply write here are your noodles. Okay. I'm writing equivalent switch case kind of code inside the if selection statements. Okay. Else if food item dot equals, the simpler version is switch case only, guys. You see here I have to write like this. Okay, very big code. This doesn't look good also for me. You see how neat it is, does it look neat? Clumsy, lot of clumsiness is there here. Okay, equals pasta, then I will write down system.out.println. Here is your pasta. I don't have to write break statements though. because only one block will be executed. So there is no need of falling down here. Okay, else if food item dot equals what? Sandwich, then system dot out dot println. Here is your sandwich. Here is your sandwich. Okay, sandwich. And finally else block. If none of the conditions are satisfied, then else block is like default case here. System dot out dot println. We only serve pizza, comma, pasta, comma, noodles, comma, sandwich. Something I'll write it out. That's it. So this is the equivalent code of the switch case, guys, but switch case looks very professional and very decent here. Okay. So we can also replicate the switch case with if conditions and all. Okay. This kind of same thing we can replicate here. Okay. Here we have to internally use equals. This is how it is comparing and checking. Okay. One by one condition. One of the condition is satisfied. Remaining all conditions will be skipped. Okay. This is a example code. Okay. So which if someone asks you what is the difference between if and if else if and switch case, you can say that you can create a equivalent variation of if else if selection statements, if else selection statements, but switch case looks more better and more organized way we can get the result. And it whereas switch case only works in the case of item matching with the case. Inside the case, whatever the inside the switch conditions, whatever the item you gave, that should match with the case. When that particular case is matching, that's okay. But here it works on the result of this condition will be either true or false. Here the result of this particular thing will not be true or false. It will be the item only. Okay. So this is how it works, guys. This is how it works. Clear, everyone? Switch case, what is switch case and how it is different from the if else selection statements is clear. Just type C in the chat box. So if you get a situation, since Java is giving you one feature, why we have to don't use, okay? Instead of using like this, use the switch case. For better writing of the code, you have to go to the switch case. Instead of, you can write like this, you can ignore the switch case now. You don't have to learn switch case. But this is not the better way of writing, guys. This is not the better way of writing. So it's better that you go to the switch case, because Java is not providing means if there is no other way, you have to go with this. If Java is providing a better way of writing this kind of logic, making the things simpler, then go with this kind of stuff whenever the situation arrives, okay, in real time. So with this, guys, with this note, we completed the selection statements in Java, guys. There are different type of flow control statements and can be categorized as selection statements. In selection statements, we have if else, if else, and switch case we have. And in iterative statements, we have while, do while, and for loop, and for each loop. And in the transfer statements, we have break, continue, break. We already covered in the switch case now. We covered again in different categories again. Continue, return, try, catch, finally. But you don't have to learn everything, guys. This for each loop cannot be explained in this session. Here return, try, catch, finally cannot be explained in this session because that can be covered with other topics. So few of the statements I will not cover. So remaining statements I have to cover are while, do while, for, and break, continue, return, break, and continue. Total, how many items are left out? Apart from if else, if else, and switch, while, do while, for, and break, continue. Total 5 items are there. Okay, total 5 items. Remaining items are 5 I have to cover in this session. Remaining for each and return, try, catch, finally, those statements have to be covered when the proper topics comes. I cannot explain for each in this session. I cannot explain return, try, catch, finally in this session because for each has to be explained with arrays and collections framework. Return has to be explained with methods. Try, catch, finally should be explained with exception handling mechanism. So those topics will be coming in the later part of the sessions. So of this course. So in this session, for each return, try, catch, finally cannot be covered. While, do while, for, break, and continue can only be covered. Okay. Now let's move on to the next topic, guys. Iterative statements. Let's move on to the next topic, that is iterative statements. Okay. Let's move on to the iterative statements now. So if everyone is good with selection statements, then we can go with iterative statements. In this, how many different type of iterative statements are there, guys? How many different iterative statements are there? While loop. Then we have do while loop. Then if you understand one loop, right, remaining all loops will be easy, guys. Okay, there's nothing much. And final one is for each loop. For each loop or enhanced for loop. Some people will call this as enhanced for loop. Okay, for each loop or enhanced for loop. This won't be covered in this session. When this particular for each loop will be covered or enhanced for loop will be covered, this is called as enhanced for loop. Enhanced for loop. This will be covered with the topics. What are the topics? Arrays and collections. Collections framework are the topics, guys. Okay. Arrays and collections frameworks are the topics where I'm going to cover the for each loop. So this will be skipped for now. In this session, it will not be covered. When the time comes with arrays and collections framework, I'll cover the for each loop. Now I have to cover only 3 loops, guys. That is while loop, do while loop, and for loop. If you understand the while loop, it's very easy to understand do while loop, and it's very easy to even understand for loop. Okay. These 3 items you can learn together in a less amount of time. Only one loop you focus well. Remaining all loops will be clear. And at the end of this session and at the end of this iterative statements, you will understand which loop is better also. Okay. So here I'll right click on the same package and create another package here. I'll get this kind of stuff. Here from dot onwards, I'll remove and provide another dot here and say iterative statements, everything in lowercase, the naming convention. Now you see, this is a parent package. Under the flow control statements parent package, we have child packages like iterative statements and selection statement stack. Iterative statements, selection statements. Okay. Here I can say tag also. You don't have to give, it's not compulsory to give the name tag there. Okay. Yeah. So here I'll start with the first one. What is the first one, guys? While loop. While loop demo. While loop is the first one. Okay. In the iterative statements, we have while loop, do while loop, for loop. For each loop, I am not going to cover in this session. For now, while loop. Okay. While loop I am going to cover. So how to write the while loop? I'll tell you. Okay. First, you have to create a variable, guys. Int I is equal to 1, I'll write. Okay. Int I is equal to what? 1. The variable I is assigned with the value 1. Now, int is a keyword here. I is a variable here. Int is a data type or primitive data type or keyword in Java because it's coming in purple color. Assignment operator and one value, everything. And here I have to write a new keyword to implement the while loop. A new Java keyword I am using. What is the name of the Java keyword I am using, guys? Tell me. What is the name of the Java keyword I am using? What is the name of the Java keyword I am using? While. While. In complete lowercase you have to write, guys. Okay. While. After the while, again I have to write circular brackets. You see, the good thing about this Java selection or flow control statements is here after the if selection statement, some circular brackets are there. In this if else also, after the if, some circular brackets are there. In all the cases of if, you have that. Switch also has a circular brackets. While also has a circular bracket. Okay. All the varieties that we have done so far have the circular brackets after that. Okay. So that you don't have to worry much. Okay. While keyword will be there, then circular bracket will be there. Here inside the circular bracket, a condition should be there. Here, a condition which results in true or false should be there. Unlike switch case, where item matching is being done, like similar to if else or if selection statements or if else if else selection statement conditions, where the conditions will result in some true or false, right? That kind of conditional expressions we have to write here. Okay, conditional expressions we have to write here. I will write some conditional expression here, I less than or equal to 10. Will it return in true or false? Tell me. I less than or equal to 10. 1 less, I is what? 1. 1 less than or equal to 10. True or false? Either it should be less than or equal. It's less than. So it is true, right? It is returning either true or false. It's returning true in this case. Okay. Now here I'll write down system.out.println I. I would like to print the value of I. What will be printed, guys? If I print the value of I means what will be printed? If I print the value of I means what will be printed here? 1 will be printed. You are right. Now, if I run this program, what will be the output of this program? Tell me. If I run this program, what will be the output of this program? What will be printed in the output? What will be printed in the output? Tell me, guys, what will be printed in the output? If I run the program as it is, what will be printed in the output? So Jesse is saying 1, Vishwa is saying 1, Pradeep is saying 1 to 10. Okay, any other answers? Sachin is saying infinite loop. Rameshwar is saying 1 to 10. Akshay Karte is saying 1 to 10. Vivek is saying 1 will be printed infinite times by saying 1 dot 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 infinite 1 Janavi. Vivek is saying yes, I don't know what is that. Yeah, 1 to 10. Then Manju 1. Naveen 1 to 10. Different answers I am getting. Madhuri is saying infinite. Infinite loop. Kalyani is saying 1 to 10. Yes, the answer is infinite loop. As you guess, some people have guessed this rightly. It will be going into yes, only 1 till stack is full, right? Till the stack is full, the program, whatever the memory that is assigned to this program is nothing but the stack memory. until the stack memory is full, the program will keep continuing. It will go into the infinite loop, simple words. Okay. To make it not complicated, it will go into the infinite loop is the answer. If someone asks you what is the output of this program in infinite, why? Because here I is equal to 1, guys. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true or false. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true or false. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true or false. It's true. It's true, guys. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. Once it is true, system.out.println 1. 1 will be printed in the output. Here 1 will be printed. After that, at the end of the while loop, again, the beauty of the while loop is that it will not check the condition only once. Like in if select, if here only if was there, then what will be the output, guys? If the condition is like this, instead of while keyword, if is there, then what is the thing? I is equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. System.out.println 1 will be printed and program will be ended. Only 1 will be printed here. You see, in this program, what will be printed? Only 1 will be printed. It will not go to infinite loop. Why? Why it's not going to infinite loop? I is equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to 10. Condition is becoming true. It will execute the code inside the if block, and here it will continue the program. It will not check the condition again. But if I write while in place of if, what will happen? In this case, I is equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. Then starting of the while loop, this is a while block. Starting of the while block, system.out.println I means 1 will be printed. 1 will be printed. And at the end of the while loop, it will not go to the next line. From the end of the while loop, again it will check the condition. This is the beauty of the looping or iterative statements. Got it, guys? In case of looping or iterative statements like while loop, at the end of the loop, the condition will be checked again. In the beginning of the loop, the condition is checked. At the end of the loop, the condition is checked. If condition is there here, after the if block got executed, will the condition will be checked again? Tell me, guys. After this code got executed, whether the condition will be checked again? In case of if selection statements, no. But in case of while, it will happen. Until this condition becomes false, the while loop will be executed. Until this condition becomes false, the loop will be iterated any number of times. But the only thing then we come out of the while loop is when the condition becomes false. Okay, int I is equal to 1, 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. So we'll go inside the while loop, system.out.println 1 will be printed. Unlike if condition, at the end of the while loop, again the condition, control will come to the condition here. I less than or equal to 10 will come. Again, I is still 1 only, 1 less than or equal to 10. We'll go inside the while loop, again 1 will be printed. Second time 1 will be printed. Again at the end of the loop, again the condition will be verified, 1 less than or equal to 10. Again we'll go inside the while loop, again 1 will be printed. It's like a loop. A lot of movies have come, right? Like loop, repetition kind of stuff. Okay, the same sequence of events will keep happening. Okay, it will keep on printing 1. Is there any limit? Is there any limit where it come out of the loop? Can you see any limit, guys? There's no situation where this condition is going to become false. Okay, the condition only becomes false if the value of the I gets changed. Is the value of the I getting changed in this program anywhere? No. So run this code and see that 1 will be printed like anything. You see, 1 is, you see here, it's printing 1. It's keeping on printing 1. It's not going to stop. I have to forcibly stop this program. It's going to the infinite loop. Okay, it's going to the infinite loop. So what is happening? You see, I'll just put a breakpoint here and right click debug as Java application. Just see what is happening. You'll go to the debug view, click on switch, and then you'll get the debug view. And here, see the code, how that is getting executed. I is equal to 1. The value of I is what? 1. Currently, the value of I is 1, guys. Then it control came to the while condition. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. It will go inside the while loop. Print statement. Do you want to print? Yes. The value of 1 got printed here. Now, the control came back to where? Again, at the end of the while loop, the control again came back to the while condition. Again, 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. Again, it will print 1. And one more 1 got printed. Again, the condition is being verified. Just keep on doing that. You see, there is no way that you will come outside. You see, I'm keeping on clicking. It's iterating there itself. Okay, it's not going outside. There's no chance that the condition will become false in any point of time. The condition is not going to become false, guys. Every time I is 1 only, 1 less than or equal to 10. It will keep on printing 1 how many number of times you want to run. And if you want to stop this, you just stop this and go to the Java mode. That's enough. Okay. Clear, guys? Why it's going to infinite loop is clear for you. 1 to 10 will not be okay, so I understand. Okay, so there is a different answer being given. That's okay. That's correct only. Yes. Now the thing here is, what if I write if condition here? In this case, what is how the debugging mode will work? right click, debug as Java application. Just see how it is working. Switch. Here you want to run this statement? Yes. If you want to run the statement, click on step over. I is equal to 1. I has become 1. 1 is less than or equal to 10 is 2. If condition is 2, we'll go inside the if block. System.out.println I. Yes, the value of I, that is current value of I, 1 will be printed in the output when I click on step over. After that, you see it's not going back to the condition. It's going to the 9th line or 13th line. Guys, it's going to the 9th line or 13th line here. It's going to 9th line or 13th line. At the end of the if block, it will not go to the condition again. Only one time condition will be verified. In the case of selection statements or conditional statements, only one time the condition will be verified. But if you come to the while loop, that is the story is different. In case of while loop, the story is different, guys. In the case of while loop, the story is different. At the end of the while block, again the condition will be verified to see whether it is true or false. Then only it will come out of the while loop. That's the problem. Okay, that's not the problem. That's how it works. Okay. Now, instead of resulting ourselves in infinite loop, what I will do is I'll write I++ here. You remember I++? Guys, in operators, I covered increment operator yesterday. I++, you remember? The value of I will be incremented by how much? 1, post increment operator. Now let's see how the program will work. Now again, I'll go to the debug view, and so that you'll understand it's self-explanatory, right, in debug mode. Switch case. Now the program has started from here, int I is equal to 1. When I click on the step over option, what will happen? The value of here, a value of I is not there here yet. But once I click on the step over, the value of I is assigned with which value? The value of I is how much now? Guys, value of I is how much? The value of I is how much? You can see in the right side and tell me what is the value of I, current value of I. What is the current value of I?
1.
1. 1 is the correct answer. Value of current value of I is 1. Now while I is 1, 1 less than or equal to 10, true or false? 1 less than or equal to 10, true or false? True or false? 1 less than or equal to 10 is true or false? True means it will go inside the while loop, right? It will go inside the while loop. Just click on this. Sorry, I clicked on a wrong option. I have to click on this. So it went inside the while loop. It went inside the while loop. And this statement, if it gets executed, the value of I, that is current value of I is 1, will be printed in the output. Okay, I'll run this step over. Now the value of I has been printed. That is current value of I is 1 got printed. Now I++ is happening. Earlier I++ was not there. Now I'm putting I++. Okay. If I++ means it's a post increment. After I run this code, the value of I will change to 2. Post increment. By the time it go to the next statement, the value of I got changed to what? Before checking this condition, the value of I got changed to what here? 2. It got changed to 2. I got 2. 2 is less than or equal to 10. True only. Again, the condition is satisfied, and here system.out.println current value of I is what? 2. 2 will be printed in the output. 2 got printed in the output. Then I++ execute that. Now by the time the control comes to this while condition again, the value of I is 3. 3 is less than or equal to 10. 3 will be printed. Then I will become 4. Then 4 will be printed. I will become 5. While the control comes to the 9th line, it will become I will become 5. 5 less than or equal to 10 is 2. 5 will be printed. I will become 6 by the time it comes to the condition. 6 less than or equal to 10 is 2, and 6 will be printed. Then I will become 7. 7 less than or equal to 10 is 2. 7 will be printed. I will become 8 now. 8 is printed. 8 plus 1 again 9. I will become 9 here. 9 less than or equal to 10 is 2. 9 will be printed. I will become 10 here. 10 less than or equal to 10 is still true. Okay. 10 is not less than 10, but 10 is equal to 10. So true. So value of I, that is 10, will be printed. Then I will become 11. Current value of I is 11. 11 less than or equal to 10, true or false? Tell me. 11 less than or equal to 10, true or false? Tell me, guys. 11 less than or equal to 10, true or false? Here the value of I become 11. 11 is neither less than 10 nor equal to 10. So we'll come out of the while loop. This is the time where we'll come out of the while loop, guys. You see, we came out of the while loop and program got completed, terminated. Okay. So what is the output we got? 1 to 10 will be printed in the output. What is the output we got? 1 to 10 got printed in the output. Clear, everyone? How the while loop got executed is clear for you? How the while loop got executed is clear for you, everyone? 1 to 10 got printed, guys. If I run this program as it is, same output you'll get in the output 1 to 10. You see, 1 to 10 got printed. I just made it, for learning purpose, I use debug mode. for learning and understanding how the control flow is changing in this program, how the same lines of, you see the same lines of code got executed how many times this time? The same lines of code which are there in the while loop got executed how many times? How many times the same lines of code got executed? 10 times. 10 times. Okay. The same lines of code got executed 10 times, right? The same lines of code got executed 10 times. Okay. If I give 100 here, I less than or equal to 100, the same lines of code will be executed 100 times. Okay. You can give any number here, that many times it will be executed. Until the condition will become false, the same lines of code will be repeatedly executed. Okay. Unlike if selection statement where the condition is once verified and the block will be complete, it's not like that. While looping conditions are something like until the conditions become false, the same code inside the block will be executed multiple times. Okay. Here I'll write system.out.println end of this program. So as usual, our routine 1 to 10 will be printed and end of this program will be printed. After I becomes 10, when I becomes 11, right, the condition will become false. Okay. After 10 got printed and I becomes 10 to 11, promoted to 11, 11 less than or equal to 10 is false, then we'll come out of the while loop. Okay. Until the condition becomes false, the while loop code will be keeping on iterating. Clear everyone with the while loop? How the while loop will work is clear. How the while loop works is clear for everyone. Great. Now I would like to give you one assignment, guys. Okay, I would like to give you one assignment. Okay, so try to print the values from 10 to 1 instead of 1 to 10. You have to print the values from 10 to 1. Okay, you have to think about a while program which will print the values from 10 to 1. Okay, I'll not write the program here. Your assignment I'll write here. Assignment is what? Assignment. Print values from 10 to 1. Instead of 1 to 10, you have to print 10 to 1. Okay. So think about the program and write the code for printing the numbers from 10 to 1 instead of 1 to 10. Here 1 to 10 got printed. Here we have to print 10 to 1. Okay. 10 to 1. So now this is while loop, guys. That's what is while loop. I'll go to the next loop now. That is do while loop. Okay. Do while loop. Next loop is what? Do while loop. Click on finish. What is do while loop? In do while loop. Okay. In do while loop, I'll tell you here also int I is equal to 1, you can say. Here write a do keyword. One more keyword is coming. What is the keyword? I'll write the while loop only. For now, I'll write the while loop only. While I is less than or equal to 10, I'll write. Then here I'll write down system.out.println I. And then I'll say I plus same code. What will be printed, guys? If I run this code, what will be printed? If I run this code, what will be printed? The same code I'm writing, what will be printed? Tell me. By looking at the code, you have to tell me what will be printed. Int I is equal to 1, while I is less than or equal to 10, system.out.println I plus system.out.println end of this program. What will be printed in the output? Tell me, guys, what will be printed? 1 to 10 will be printed. After that, end of this program will be printed, right? 1 to 10 and end of this program will be printed as usual. This is same as the previous program only. But what is the difference between the while loop and do while loop? If I have to convert this into do while loop, this condition while I less than or equal to 10 condition, I have to take it here. Got it? The condition will not be there in the beginning of the loop. The condition will be there at the end of the loop. And here, what will be there? Here, do keyword will be there. What is the keyword? New keyword. What is the new keyword that is coming up here? What is the new keyword that is coming up here, guys? Do keyword. Do while loop will start with will not start with while keyword. It will start with do keyword and end with while keyword. Whatever that used to be there in the beginning of the loop has gone to the end of the loop. And here we have to put a semicolon. To end this do while loop, we have to provide a semicolon. Otherwise, you will get a compiler error. You see, compiler error is coming. Semicolon is expected. Okay. This condition is used to be there in the beginning, right? Earlier, the while condition used to be there in the beginning of the loop. Okay. While condition at the beginning of the loop, it used to be there. But here, the condition has come to the ending of the loop. Do keyword has come to the beginning. That means no matter what, this condition is satisfied or not, this loop will run at least one time. It's like, I'll compare this example with something. So I'll compare the while and do while loop here. You will understand now clearly. What is the difference between while loop and do while loop? What is the difference between while loop and do while loop? Do while loop. Okay, what is the difference between while loop and do while loop? What is the difference, guys? Between the while loop and do while loop, what is the difference? The difference is very simple, guys. Here, let's say coming to the while loop, it's like boarding onto a flight. Without ticket, can you board onto a flight? Without ticket, can you board onto a flight? Guys, without ticket, can you board onto a flight? No, right? If ticket is there, then you can travel by flight. But in India, especially in India, current situation of trains in India, can you travel on train without ticket? Is it possible? Is there anyone to check before you enter to the train? One of the bogie of the train or one of the compartment of the train. Can you enter? Go inside the train? Is it possible? Yes, without ticket also I can enter. But at the end, right after I get down of the train, there is a possibility that they will check for the ticket. Right? After I travel by train, then when I am trying to leave the station, then a person may catch me asking for tickets. Here, ticket is checked before you board onto the flight. But here in train, especially in India, as part of train, right? When you get into the train, no one is asking you to any ticket. When you try to, departure and arrival departure, right? Departure. Okay, when you are getting departure at the destination location, then when you would like to go out of the station, there's a person maybe catching you. Okay, ticket will be checked here. So do while is like that. Okay, condition will be checked at the end. Ticket is like a condition. Okay, first condition will be checked, then you will be allowed to the flight. Here, without checking any condition, you allowed to the train without any ticket, and at the end they are checking the condition. Okay, they are checking whether you have ticket or not. That's what is the difference between while loop and do while loop. So you can clearly see that do has any condition here. Do keyword in Java has any condition here. Do keyword, after do keyword, do you see any condition here in the beginning of the this loop? No condition. So whether this I is equal to 1 is there doesn't matter, guys. We'll go inside and 1 will be printed and I plus plus will happen. I will become 2. While 2 is less than or equal to 10, again true. While 2 is less than or equal to 10, again true. Again the loop will be repeated and 2 will be printed. I will become 3. 3 less than or equal to 10 is again true. 3 will be printed. 4 true. 4 will be printed. 5 true. 5 will be printed. 6 true. 6 will be printed. 7 true. 7 will be printed. 8 true. 8 will be printed. 9 true. 9 will be printed. 10 true. 10 will be printed. When it becomes 11, 11 is not equal to less than or equal to 10, then in that case we'll come out of the do while loop. But is there any difference? Did you see in the output? Do you see any difference by putting the condition at the end of the loop? In this program, do you see any difference? No difference. But the difference will come if I comment this out and give something like int I is equal to 11. If I give, okay, the difference will come here. I'll also go to the while loop here. Here, I'll put a comment here, int I is equal to 1, I'll put a comment, and here I'll say int I is equal to 11. Now tell me in the while loop, what will be printed? Initial value of I is 11. Now tell me what will be printed. How many times this while loop will be iterated? This is now we can understand the difference between while loop and do while loop. How many times this while loop will be printed? How many times the while loop will be printed, iterated or printed? 0 times. Why? The condition by default condition is false. 11 less than or equal to 10. You see, initial value of I is 11. 11 less than or equal to 10 is false. So we'll not go inside the while loop. So end of this program will be printed. Okay. The while loop will not be executed even once also. Directly end of this program. You see, no numbers got printed. What if I do the same thing in do while loop? The initial value of I is 11. Even though the condition is false, but the condition is not checked in the beginning. Whether you have a ticket or not, no one is checking. We're going inside directly. No matter what the condition is, here it's printing the value of I, that is 11 will be printed. 11 will be printed one time and I will become 12. 12 less than or equal to 10 is false and will come out of the while loop. At least one time the do while loop is running or not. At least one time do while loop is getting executed or not. Despite of the condition becoming true or false also, the loop is running one time. Okay, when the condition is false, initially false, the loop will at least run one time. But if the condition is true, means the loop will run the same fashion of the while loop only. But if in the case the initial itself the condition is false, the do while loop will run at least one time. That's what is the difference. But in real time, I don't see anyone using do while loop anywhere, guys. If you ask me what is the use and all, I have never seen such kind of situation. Maybe a real time situation will come where you want to run the loop only one time, and next time onwards, based on the condition, you want to iterate the loop. Maybe you'll use this do while loop. But I have never seen such a situation in real time where I have to run the loop at least once and leave it to the condition afterwards onwards. I had never seen that happening. But if you get a real-time situation, you can use the do while loop over the while loop, okay? Because the do while loop will run at least one time, despite of the condition becoming false for the first time also, it will run one time. Everyone clear with the difference between while loop and do while loop is clear? While loop and do while is clear for everyone? Yes, great. Now comes the for loop. Even simpler case, okay? For loop is even easy, okay? If you understand one loop, all the loops are easy in Java, guys, okay? For loop demo, okay? If you understand one loop, that is while loop, if you understand properly means remaining all loops are very easy, and the easiest loop we have is the for loop only. I'll write the while loop here again. Int I is equal to 1, while I is less than or equal to 10, then system.out.println, I, then I plus plus, and here end of this semicolon, and here end of this program, system.out.println. What will be printed, guys? If I run this program, what will be printed? If I run this program, what will be printed? If I run this program, what will be printed, guys? 1 to 10 will be printed, and end of this program will be printed. That's your right, correct. I run this program
1 to
using
10.
yes, 1 to 10, and end of this program will
Just
be
on the
printed.
phone.
Okay, end of this program will be printed. But here, how many lines I am writing the code? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 6 lines of statements are there. Everyone type in the chat box how many lines are there here. Inside the main method, how many lines I have written for implementing this while loop? 6 lines. What if I tell you I can simplify this program by reducing 2 lines? Instead of while loop, if I use for loop, I can reduce 2 lines. How many lines in which I can write this entire program? Using for loop, if I reduce 2 lines, how many lines the program will be completed? Total 6 lines. In the 2 lines you remove, how many lines it will be completed? 4 lines. It's 4 lines. 6 minus 2 is 4. In 4 lines, I can complete the program. How means? Instead of this while keyword, I'll write which keyword? Instead of the while keyword, I have to use which keyword? Tell me, guys, you have to tell me now. For keyword, right? For is a predefined Java keyword in Java, similar to while, if, and all those stuff that we have seen till now. And here already condition is there. Before this condition, I'll put this one. This statement, 7th statement is there now. I'll put it here. That's it. Then this semicolon, I'll put it here. And this I plus plus, I'll put it here. That's it, done. Now tell me how many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Completed? Program is completed or not? Yes or no? I converted the while loop into the for loop. That's it. If you want to see again, how did I convert? You tell me, guys, how I have to convert the while loop into for loop. Tell me what I have to do first. If I have to convert this while loop into the for loop, what I have to do first? What I have to do first? Tell me.
We have to
Initialize
initialize the
the
value
value.
for I equal to 1.
Here, instead of while, I have to write which
For.
keyword? For.
For.
That's first thing. Second thing is this statement which was separated in a separate line, right? That I have to cut from here and paste it here. Okay, the beginning of the for loop. And semicolon, including semicolon, I'll write. Okay. If you want to make it simple, you can write like this also. That's okay. Int I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10. After that, this semicolon, I'll put it here. This I plus plus, I'll put it here. And I can reduce this line. Now, this is how the while loop can be converted into the for loop. This is declaration and initialization section. Initialization section, you can say, this is a conditional statement. And this one is an incrementation or decrementation, we can say. Okay, here you can write I plus plus or I minus minus, up to you. Okay, so now tell me what is the output I'll get in this program. What is the output I'll get? Again, 1 to 10 will be printed. 1 to 10 will be printed, and end of this program will be printed. Same output you will get. Whatever the output you got, right? Same output you'll get, but in less number of lines. The simplified version of the loop is for loop, guys. Okay. When you compare while loop, do while loop, right? There is a difference between while loop and do while loop, right? In case of while loop, the condition is checked in the beginning. In case of do while loop, condition is checked at the end, so that the loop will be iterated at least once in do while loop. Okay. But here in case of for loop, it's a simplified version of the while loop. Okay. The for loop is a simplified version of the while loop, and there are some situations where while loop should be used instead of for loop, and there are some situations where for loop is recommended over while loop. Okay. What are those situations? I cannot explain now. But for this example, whatever the examples I am taking, right, you have to use for loop instead of while loop. Because which one is taking less number of lines? While loop or for loop? In these examples I have taken here in this program. In these examples that I have given in the program, which one is taking less number of lines? While loop. So while loop is, sorry, for loop. For loop is better. Because while loop is taking 6 lines, for loop is taking 2 less lines, because initialization declaration is happening in the same line, and incrementation decrementation is happening in the same line. But while loop, this is separate, so extra 2 lines are coming. Okay, that's the reason. If the same example is there to print the numbers from 1 to 10, I recommend you to use for loop over the while loop, because for loop is very simple when compared to the while loop. But there may be some situations coming where while loop is better than for loop, but I cannot explain that now. In the upcoming sessions, when the situation comes, I'll tell you. Okay. Till then you wait, guys. Okay. What is the difference between while loop and for loop? Till then you wait. For now, whatever the example I gave, for loop is very simpler. Okay. For printing the numbers from 1 to 10. How the for loop will be executed? Here int I is equal to 1. Here this statement will be executed first. The value of I will be initialized with 1. After that, the control will come this part. Condition will be verified. 1 less than or equal to 10. True or false? 1 less than or equal to 10. True or false? Tell me, guys. Is it true or false? True. So we'll go inside the block or not? For block or not? We'll go inside the for block. Once we go inside the for block, what is the current value of I? What is the current value of I? Here I got initialized with 1. 1 less than or equal to 10 means current value of I is what? 1. So 1 will be printed here. At the end of the for loop, the control will come to I++. Where the control will come? From here, the control will come to I++. Then I will become what? 2. 2 less than or equal to 10, true or false? 2 less than or equal to 10, true or false? True. Again, we'll go inside the for loop. Here 2 will be printed. Then at the end of the for loop, control will come to I++. I will become what? 3. 3 less than or equal to 10, true or false? True. So we'll go inside the for loop and 3 will be printed. Then I++ 4, true, 4 will be printed. Then I++ 5, true, 5 will be printed. Okay. Then 6, true, 6 will be printed. Then 7, true, 7 will be printed. Then 8, true, 8 will be printed. Then 9, true, 9 will be printed. Then 10, true, 10 will be printed. Then 11, false. Then will come out of the for loop. Clear? Clear, everyone? How it is iterating? Is everyone clear? First, the program will start from here, this part. The program will start from this part. I'll tell you. I'll just show you. The best way is, let me write this trick. You can see what is happening here. Draw. I'll take a pencil or something which is easy for me. Yeah. Execution will start from here. Okay. Int I is equal to 1. Value of I will become 1. From here, it will go here. Then this will be executed. Then we'll go inside the block. I will be printed. Then at the end of this, the control will come back to I++. I will become 2. After that, it will go to this condition. 2 less than or equal to 10. Condition is 2. 2 will be printed. Then again the control will go to I++. Then 3 is less than or equal to 10. 3 will be printed. Only first time only this initialization and declaration will happen only one time. After that, once condition is verified, it will keep on repeating here like this. It will keep on repeating like this. Okay. Here only it will repeat. Got it? Clear? Clear, everyone? How the things will happen? Is it clear? One minute. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, can you explain this? How is this I value is getting increased?
Yeah. Just see here. You see, the execution will start from the main method, right or wrong? Generally. Right? Execution will start from the main method. So first, in the for loop, the control will go here. This is a number 1. Clear? This is a number 1. the value of I will become how much? 1. Value of I is becoming how much? I is equal to 1 means value is I is becoming 1. After this value got, this only one time you will come here. Later, in any other iteration of the for loop, you will not come back here. Only one time. In the beginning only, you will be there here. You will declare the variable and initialize the value of the variable with some value. That's only one time activity. After this one is over, here you will come. The condition will be verified. 1 less than or equal to 10, true or false? That is true. So if the condition is true, we'll go inside the for loop. And here I will be printed. What is the value of I currently? Current value of I is 1. So 1 will be printed here. After 1 got printed, at the end of the for loop, the control will come back to not the condition. It will come to this incrementation or decrementation operator. Here incrementation is happening. The value of I will become how much? 2 it will become. After this, it will go to the condition again. 2 less than or equal to 10. Again true. Again we'll go
Hello, sir.
inside the loop. Yes.
Sir, in this case, as we know that I plus plus is like first we need to print the value and then it increment. Huh?
We are not printing, right? We are not printing. Are we printing here? This one statement, this separate statement. Are we printing?
No, matlab,
You see, it's post increment operator, but by the time I comes here, it will be incremented. At this level, I plus plus means I will be 1 only. But by the time I comes here for comparison, the value of I will become 2. Got it? That's the next statement only. You're getting my point?
no, I'm still confused actually.
Yeah, I'll tell you again. Just see here. Okay. Yeah. So current value of I is how much?
1.
1. The condition is checked. 1 is less than or equal to 10. True or false?
True.
True. So what will be printed? 1 will be printed. Okay. Here 1 will be printed. Assume that. We'll come to the end of the for loop. But the control will come back to the I plus plus. So here, first here we are not printing the value of I, but we are incrementing I. Right or wrong? Here in this statement, we are not printing the value of I. Are you printing anywhere the value of I? In this case, are you printing any value of I?
No.
No. I plus plus is happening, right? So you have incremented the value of I. By the time I comes here, this is another statement actually. You see semicolons are there, you see? This is one statement, this second statement, this third statement. From here, the control is coming here means by the time during this transit, in this statement, the value of I is still 1 only. But by the time the I comes here, the I value will be incremented because of post incrementation operator. I will become 2. Got it now?
Okay.
Now it's clear for you?
So one
Yeah, got it.
question.
Yes.
I plus plus. So when that value 1 goes to the I plus plus, then it's gonna be 1 plus 1 2. Then it goes to that to the second statement. That's
Yeah.
what you are saying.
1 minute.
I plus plus means 1 plus 1, right? I is 1 and there is a plus means incrementation. So
Yes,
1 plus 1
incrementation.
2.
2, correct.
So 1
correct.
plus 1 2. Then 2 goes to there and check like if 2 is
Condition.
greater than
2 is less
okay.
than or equal to 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Is correct. Again, 2 will be printed. After 1 got printed, 2 got printed now. Okay. Now, again, after this, control will come to I plus plus. The value of I will be incremented by 1 by the time it reaches this statement, not here. It will not be incremented here because it's post increment operator. By the time it comes to this condition verification, the I will become 3. Here it is 2 only.
So
it's
we
a
are
post
adding 2. We are adding 2 plus 1, right? 3.
Yes,
Then
2
we are
plus 1, it will become 3.
So what is gonna be adding in the I plus plus, or it's going to be add in the I's in the second statement? That's what I have confusion.
Come
The-
again.
So the 2 plus 1 3, right? So 3 is going to be add in that third statement or in the second statement?
Second statement.
It's
Because it is
it's like
post increment. Because it is post increment.
Post
Here,
increment.
I is 2
iteration.
only. At this state, at this level, if you try to print I, right, it will print 2 only. But when the I reaches here, right, it's the next statement, right? It's nothing but for this statement, this is the next statement. By the time it reaches the next statement, post incrementation will happen and I will become 3.
So that means it
Yeah,
goes to the second statement and again come back to third statement. Is that you are trying to say? Then
So here, simple thing, okay? First I is equal to 1. Then 1 less than or equal to 10. Then 1 got printed. After that, control will come to I plus plus. Here I is 1 only. At this statement level, I is 1 only. Even though I plus plus is there, it is 1 only. When the value of I will be incremented by 1, that is 1 plus 1, 2, when it will become? In this statement, it will not become. By the time the control comes to this statement, from third to second, it will come again as part of the syntax of this for loop. From third level to second level, it will come. Second statement, it will come. When it comes through that, once it reaches this, the value of I will be incremented by 1. That is 1 will become 2 here. This is because this is a
So
post increment operator.
it's an
Okay, got
iterative process. Each
So
time
for
you finish an iteration.
if I don't write I plus plus, instead I write I plus plus I. In this case, what will happen? Then you will be able to understand. I is 1. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. 1 will be printed here. And at the end of the for loop, it will go to plus plus I. Here itself, I became 2 now. Here itself, I became 2 because it's a pre-increment operator. By the time it comes also 2 only. Okay, it got incremented here and came here. Earlier case, what happened? I plus plus means it didn't get incremented in the same statement. First, I value is 1 only here, but I plus plus will happen when it comes here. Got it? The next statement I plus plus will happen. This is a post incrementation. After this statement gets executed, when the control comes here, then the value of I will become 2. Okay, we'll see that. We'll try to see whether we can put a breakpoint and see what is happening. Then you can understand clearly, right? We can debug as Java application.
So Aaron,
Yes.
yeah, so each time you finish an iteration, you increment by 1 until you reach the 10
Yes, correct.
increments, right?
Yes, correct. Until 10, it will iterate. Okay. So here, just see here, on the right side, we don't see any value for I, right? Let's step over. Current value of I is how much? I is equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. It came here inside, and the value of I will be printed now. The moment that is done, the current value of I is how much? Till 1 only. Now, when I run this, I plus plus will happen when the value here control comes here, right? Then I cannot show you that control, but internally when I comes here, then only it will happen. 2 will be, I will become 2 when it reaches the condition statement. Okay. In this statement, I will be still 1 only, but when the I reaches here, because of the post incrementation, I will become 2 here. And 2 is less than or equal to 10. I value became 2 and 2 got printed. 2 will be printed now. Then I plus plus. Here I value is still 2 only. But here once the condition is verified, while the condition is getting verified, the control will come to here. After that transit, right, I will become 3. And 3 will be, you see, printed. And 4 will be printed. 5 will be printed. 6 will be printed. Then 7 will be printed. Then 8 will be printed, then 9 will be printed, then 10 will be printed. After that, I will become 11. There will come out of the for loop. When I becomes 11, will come out of the for loop, and that's it. End of the program, and that's it. Got it, guys? Clear? If you write plus plus I, same output you will get. There's no difference in that. Same output you will get, but here incrementation will happen first, and by the time it goes here, anyhow, I plus plus or plus plus I both will work in the same fashion. That's the reason most of the people write I plus plus. That's okay. Whether you write plus plus I or I plus plus doesn't matter in this. Okay, in this case. Clear, everyone? Clear, everyone? In case of while loop, what is happening? Just see. If you are still confused, in case of while loop, what is happening? I was 1 here. Int I is equal to 1. When I was 1, 1 less than or equal to 10, true or false? Tell me, guys, true or false? 1 less than or equal to 10 is true or false? I is equal to 1, 1 less than or equal to 10, true or false? True. The value of I, what will be printed? Current value of I, 1 will be printed. Here I plus plus means the value of I is how much here? In this line, at I plus plus, the value of I is incremented by 1 or not? Incremented by 1, but 1 in this statement it is not incremented. In this statement it is not incremented. The value of I is still 1 only. But the time I reaches here, it's a post increment. After this statement, in the next statement, the value of I will become 2. Got it? 2 less than or equal to 10, true. 2 will be printed. Then here, I plus plus, I is still 2 only. It is not become 3. After this statement got executed, by the time I comes here, I value will become 3. This is called as post increment operation. This is called as post increment operation. Clear? Someone who has asked the question right in the for loop. Is it clear now? After this statement, if you go to the next statement only, the value of I will be incremented. In the same statement, the value of I is not getting incremented because it is post increment operator. But what if I put plus plus I here? Instead of I plus plus, if I put plus plus I, in that case, what will happen? The same line, the value of I will be incremented. Okay. There's no use in that though. But since you're asking me, I'm telling you 1 less than or equal to 10, 1 will be printed. Here plus plus I means here itself I became 2. First incremented, then the value of I is 2 internally. It is not printed, but it's 2 here. Okay. 2 less than or equal to 10. True. 2 will be printed. Then here plus plus I means I will become 3. 3 less than or equal to 10. Before going to the while condition only, I became 3. But in I plus plus, after going to the while condition, the I will become 3. That's the difference you have to see. Got it, guys? What is the difference between I plus plus and plus plus I? Is that clear or still confusing for you?
Hello, Arun.
Yes.
Can I see that figure numbers?
This one?
Yeah. So when we used I plus plus, what happened is like the statement showed here, but like I value converted over here.
The value of I will be
increment
incremented for sure, but not in this statement. In the next statement, it
over
will,
here.
yes, over
In
here,
a-
by the
over
time
here,
the
okay.
control comes here, right? The value of I will be incremented by that time.
Yeah.
Not
In
here.
other
In the
case,
same
like
statement, the value of I will not be incremented. In the next statement, it will be incremented. This is called as post increment operator. Pre increment means the same statement, the value of I will be incremented. Before you move here itself, the value of I got incremented. That same value will stay here, whatever the incremented value. Okay. But post increment means here the same statement, the value of I will not be incremented. It will be incremented, but not in the same statement. By the time it reaches next statement, it will be incremented. Got it? Clear
so
now?
basically the when we use plus plus I, the value converts over here and
Yes.
then go to the condition and then compares the condition,
Yes.
right?
In case of
But
I plus plus,
in case
later
of
it
I
will be
plus
incremented.
plus, it is like still the value is the same. When it went over here, goes
Then it
over
will
here
change.
in the I,
Then it will be
then it will
incremented.
change the value. Okay,
Because
got
it is post increment. It will be incremented after this statement. After this statement is completed, in the next statement, it will be incremented. Okay, that's what is the difference.
But it didn't make the difference on the
And
result.
in this program, it doesn't make any difference whether you put I plus plus or plus plus I, it doesn't matter. That's the reason here also you got the same output. Whether here in this statement, the value of I will not change. By the time it reaches this statement, condition statement, the value of I will be changing. Okay. Because it's post increment operator, but doesn't make any difference because whether you say plus plus I and here itself the value got changed and you compare, the same thing will happen. If you say I plus plus, by the time it comes here, the value of I will be incremented and it will be the same condition, right? So there's no difference in that. Clear? Clear now? Everyone
Yep.
clear? So my assignment for everyone is that I was asking you guys to print the values from 10 to 1, not only for while loop, also do the same thing for do while loop, also do the same thing for loop. Okay, that is the assignment. If anyone want to do the assignment, do that. Okay, to get the confidence. Okay, try to print numbers from 10 to 1 in all these loops. Okay, so with that we completed the iterative statements, guys. Now we have transfer statements. There are a variety of transfer statements, but we don't have to learn everything. The next things are break, then continue, try, return, then we have try, catch, and finally. Okay, and in this return statements, we have to learn. This won't be covered in this session as usual, and this won't be covered in this session. This has to be covered topic. Which topic I will be covering? This return statement, transfer statement during the methods. While I'm explaining about methods, the separate next topic is methods only. In the next topic methods, I'll cover that. Tomorrow's topic will be methods only, guys. Okay, in the methods topic, I'm going to cover return keyword. Okay, so I'll not be covering return today. And try catch finally also. This won't be covered now. And this will be covered in the topic known as exception handling mechanism. Exception handling mechanism topic. Okay, there is a topic known as exception handling mechanism, upcoming topic. At that time, I'll explain this transfer statements known as try catch finally. They will be postponed. Okay, they cannot be explained now. The time, we have to wait for that time to come. Okay. So only two statements are there. Already you know about break. I have used break to come out of the switch case. Apart from using the break to come out of the switch case, you can also use break to come out of the loops also. Got it, guys? Apart from using the break statement to come out of the switch case, we can also use the break statement to come out of the loops. Everyone type in the chat box. Break statement can be used for coming out of the switch case and loops. To come out of switch case and loops. Break statement, break hyphen to come out of switch and loops. You can type in the chat box if you want to remember. To come out of switch case and loops, you can use break statement. Everyone type in the chat box. Break hyphen to come out of switch case and loops. To come out of switch case and loops, we have to use break statement. So I'll show you with one of the loop, guys. I don't want to use with, try with all the other loops. You see the third category here under the flow control statements is transfer statements. I'll just write transfer. Here I'll say cancel here. Right click on this package and create a sub package here. Create a new package and here dot transfer statements. Click on finish and you got a new package here. Under this main package, you have sub packages. Like this, you can create dots you have to provide. Okay. Third category, transfer statements. Okay. New class. I'll just name the class as break demo. Okay. I'll create a for loop here. I'll create a for loop, guys. I'll create a for loop for int I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10. I plus plus, very simple program, guys. This doesn't make much sense, but you'll see. System.out.println I'll say system.out.println I. Now if I say if I is equal to, here I'll write if I double equal to 5, then break. I am nesting if selection statement inside the for loop. Okay, if that condition is satisfied, then only the break statement will be executed. Break statement will not only break the switch case, but also can break the loops like while loop, do while loop, for loop also. One example I am taking, instead of taking while loop, do while loop, the easiest one is for loop I am taking. So now what will be printed in the output? Tell me, guys, what will be printed in the output? System.out.println, end of this program, I'll say here, end of this program. Now say what will be printed in the output? What should be the output, guys? Will it print from 1 to 5? Manju is saying it will print from 1 to 5. What about other people, guys? What it will print? Will it print from 1 to 5 or what it will print? Initially, value of I is 1. Value of I is 1. 1 less than or equal to 10 is true. Will come inside the for loop. Once we come inside the for loop, here we'll check the condition. If condition 1 is equal to 5, true or false? 1 double equal to 5 is resulting. Is it matching? 1 equal to 5 is matching? False. So break statement will not be executed. This block of code will be skipped. So break statement has not been executed. The next statement system.out.println I means what will be printed in the output? 1 will be printed in the output. Now at the end of the loop, you'll go to I plus plus. The value of I will be incremented by 1 by the time it comes here. That is 1 will become 2 here. 2 less than or equal to 10, true or false? 2 less than or equal to 10, true or false? True. We'll go inside the for loop. Here 2 equal to 5, true or false? 2 equal to 5, true or false? 2 equal to 5, true or false? False. This block will not be executed and here value of I, that is 2, will be printed. The control will come to I plus plus. By the time I comes here, I will become 3. 3 less than or equal to 10 is? 3 less than or equal to 10 is true or false? 3 less than or equal to 10 is true or false? False. False or true? 3 less than or equal to 10. 3 is less than or equal to 10 is true or false? Tell me properly. True.
True.
True. We'll go inside the for loop. 3 equal to 5. True or false? 3 equal to 5. True or false? False.
False.
Again, this block got skipped because the condition was false. The value of I, 3 will be printed. Okay. And end of the for loop. And again, it will come to the I plus plus. The value of I will become 4 by the time it reaches here. 4 less than or equal to 10. True or false? 4 less than or equal to 10. True or false? True. Again, will come inside the for loop. 4 equal to 5. True or false? 4 equal to 5. True or false? False. Break statement will not be executed. It will be skipped because the condition is false. The value of I will be printed. That is 4 will be printed here. Okay. Then at the end of the for loop and control will come back to I plus plus. By the time it reaches here, I will become 5. 5 less than or equal to 10, true or false? 5 less than or equal to 10, true or false? True. Will come inside the for loop. 5 equal to 5, true or false? True or false? For the first time, this if condition has become true. We'll go inside the if condition and break statement will be executed and will come out of the for loop. No matter what, all the future iterations and current iterations will be cancelled. Current iteration and future iterations of this loop will be cancelled. It will take you out of the for loop. Now, how many values got printed? Before you come out of the for loop, how many values got printed, guys? 1 to 5 or 1 to 4? 1 to 4
1 to
only.
4.
Because when the break statement got executed, it has taken you out of the for loop. Simple. It has taken you out of the for loop and 1 to 4 got printed. End of this program. 1 to 4 and end of this program is output for this program. Got it? Clear, guys? How the break statement will work is clear. Until the condition is satisfied, the break statement was not executed. Intentionally, I wrote something like when inside the loop, whenever the break statement get executed, you'll be taken out of the for loop. Simple. Okay. The current and future iterations, whenever the break statement will come, right? The current and future iterations that are currently ongoing will be stopped, and simply break statement will take you out of the for loop when it gets executed. Simple. Okay. Now, next one is continue. It's very easy to understand continue, guys. When you understand break, right, it's very easy to understand continue. Continue demo, it will not take much time. The same logic I'll write. The same logic I'll write for int I is equal to 0. I is equal to 1, sorry. I less than or equal to 10. Then I plus plus. Then here I'll write down. Again the same condition. Okay, if I double equal to 5, then instead of break, I'll write continue here. Earlier in the program, what is the thing I have written here in the if condition? Break statement. Here, what statement I am writing here, guys? What is the difference? Continue statement. System.out.println, the value of I. Now tell me what will happen. Guys. The I value is what? I is what? Guys? I is int I is equal to 1. The value of I is what? 1. 1 less than or equal to 10, true or false? 1 less than or equal to 10, true or false? True. Will go inside the for loop. 1 equal to 5, true or false? 1 equal to 5, true or false? 1 equal to 5, false, right? So continue statement will not be executed. It will be skipped. This block will be skipped and the value of I, 1 will be printed here. The value of I, 1 will be printed. Then what will happen? I plus plus. By the time I comes here, I will become 2. 2 less than or equal to 10 is true. 2 equal to 5 is false. Continue statement will not be executed. Here value of I2 will be printed. I will become 3 now. I plus plus means I will become 3 here by the time 3 less than or equal to 10 is true. 3 equal to 5 is false. Continue statement will not be executed. The value of I3 will be printed. Then control will come here. I will become 4. 4 less than or equal to 10. 4 equal to 5 is false. Continue statement will be skipped. 4 will be printed here. The value of I will become 5. 5 less than or equal to 10 is true. 5 equal to 5 is also true. This time continue statement got executed. Will it take you out of the for loop? Do you think continue statement similar to break statement will take you out of the for loop? No. It will cancel the current iteration. From here to here, it will cancel. Only the current iteration will be cancelled. Everyone type in the chat box, the current iteration will be cancelled. Continue hyphen, current iteration gets cancelled. Continue hyphen, current iteration gets cancelled. Break statement will completely take you out of the for loop. But only the current iteration will be cancelled in case of continue. So this iteration will be cancelled here. The value of I5 will not be printed here because of the cancellation of the current iteration. Directly from continue, the control will go to I plus. The continue will not continue like this. Okay, continue will stop here and take you to the next iteration. Immediately, you will jump one iteration. I will become 6 here. 6 less than or equal to 10. 6 equal to 5 is false. 6 will be printed. So one of the values got missed. 1, 2, 3, 4 got iterated. 5th iteration got cancelled. Because of the continue statement, it has cancelled the current iteration. Instead of printing 5, right? It went directly to I plus plus. From here to here, control went. Okay. It cancelled the current iteration. Because of that, continue went directly to I plus plus. Current iteration is missed. And the next value, 6. The condition is false. 6 will be printed. Then it will become 7. Condition is false. 7 will be printed. Then it will become 8. Condition is false. 8 will be printed. Then it will become 9. Condition is false. 9 will be printed. Then it will become 10. Correct only 10 is false. So 10 will be printed. Then it will become 11. False will come out of the for loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is missing. Okay, this is the output. Now write end of this program, system.out.println, end of this program. Okay, end of this program. Save this, run this code, right click run as Java application. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will not be there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 because fifth iteration got cancelled by the continue statement. When the continue statement, when I became 5, right? The continue statement got executed. Because of that, fifth iteration got cancelled, and because of that, this I value 5 didn't get printed, and directly went to I plus plus. We didn't come out of the for loop, but we went to the next iteration by cancelling the current iteration. Next iteration continued till the end of the iterations. Okay, clear everyone with the continue statement? The difference between break and continue is clear for everyone, or any doubts? Break and continue statements are clear.
Can you give us a scenario where we use this kind of statement?
Break statements we generally use when we want to, based on some program, right? We want to come out of the loops, right? We use a break statements. Okay, that I cannot show you the scenario now because it will be very complicated scenario at this moment. When we go for real automation and all those stuff, right? I'll show you how we can do that. Okay, in real automation, I
Good.
can show you how to use a break statement. Continue statement, I don't use much. Okay, in real time, we don't use continue, but this is only for knowledge purpose, I believe. Okay. So I didn't see any particular person using specially continue statement for solving a problem in real time. Or it may be in automation or whatever it is. I never seen that. But break statement can be very useful. It will come to use in scenario also. During automation, you will understand the purpose of the break statement. But for now, try to understand the logic behind that. That is enough. Clear? During automation, I'll give you an example. Okay. During the Selenium automation starts, right? I can give you the example where we can use a break statement. But continue, I have never seen someone using that. Okay. Continue, I have never seen someone using in the logic, but I have seen a lot of people, and I myself use break statement a lot in the Selenium automation script based on my situations. Okay, that will happen naturally. In the upcoming sessions, when I'm going to automate a lot of things for you, right? I will somehow will come across this break statement somewhere. Okay, based on a particular condition, we have to come out of the for loop or any other loop. Okay, so my assignment for you is, okay, already I gave you one assignment in case of print 10 to 1 using while loop, do while loop, for loop, right? Similarly, use break and continue statements with while loop and do while loop. I showed you with for loop, right? Break and continue I showed with for loops. Okay, but you have to try the break and continue with do while and while loop. If required, you take the help of ChatGPT also and get the things done. Okay, that's another assignment for you. Try this break statement. I use it with a for loop, right? Break and continue I explained with for loop, but you have to, as an assignment, you have to try break and continue statements with while and do while loops. Okay, these are the assignments. Got it? Clear with the assignments. For loop I cleared, explained. For loop I use a break statement I showed you, but you have to try that with do while and do while loop. For that, if required, you can take the help of ChatGPT. Take the help of ChatGPT if you are not able to generate the program. Take the help of ChatGPT.
Where do we submit the assignment? On the
Right.
discussion group?
You can post in the WhatsApp group, and there is our community is very active. You can see that, right, in the WhatsApp. Okay, there you post your solution, and if there is any problem in the solution, someone will reply you there. Okay, clear?
Got it.
You post the assignment in the community. Okay, once you are done, right, the solutions, whatever I gave the assignments, right? Okay, you can post that in the community. If any problems are there, we'll get back to you. Like this is what is a mistake you have done, or you can change something like this. We'll let you know. Okay. Post assignments. Okay, that's okay. It's okay to discuss in the community together. That makes very sense. Okay, right? Clear, everyone? Any other questions? We are done with the control flow statements. Flow control statements completed. So I'll just put the screenshot also if you want. This particular screenshot, if you want, I can put the screenshot in the WhatsApp group. You can take it from there. Okay. This is what I covered. Whatever the things that I have not covered, right, that I'm going to cover in the appropriate sessions. Okay. I told you, right? For each loop can be explained with arrays and collections framework, and the return with methods, and return statement with methods, transfer statement with methods, and try catch finally during exception handling. They will be covered. This for each loop, return, try catch finally. I cannot cover in this session because the appropriate time has to come for that. Okay, to happen. Clear now?
Yes. What application did you use to draw this diagram?
This one, Xmind.
Yeah.
The software is
Is
Xmind
it
software.
is it free?
It's free only, right?
Okay.
I don't know for Mac. For Windows, it is free. Okay. So I'll do one thing. I'll show you how to download the software since you asked me, right? It's very good software. Xmind.net, you search. Xmind.net is a website you have to search. After that, go to the footer options. Go directly to the footer options. Okay. In the footer options, you will see Xmind 8 Legacy. Click on that link. Then you will get this page where free download will be there. Click on that, you will be downloading. You'll be able to download. Okay. Otherwise, I'll also paste the link here in the Zoom chat and in the WhatsApp group also I'll paste. From there you can download. Okay. Clear?
Thank you.
Welcome. Click on free download, it will be downloaded. Okay. Whatever the version I'm using, you see Xmind yet, click on download, it will be downloaded. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone?
Yeah, hello, Aaron.
Yes.
Good evening. Sorry, I can see that you've not been posting the video in the Telegram group anymore.
Now I'm not
Is
posting
it
it.
something you do not
I'm
intend to
not
do going forward?
I'm not getting time actually. It's a kind of very busy schedule for me. I'm not getting time.
Okay.
So that's why I'm directly
Okay.
posting in the WhatsApp group every day there itself. Okay. So the notes also
Yeah.
I'll post there itself. Generally I have to post there, but that maintaining a lot of groups is getting confused for me. I think Akshay has given me, okay. His name is it's not Akshay. Ashish Pandey has already given me one sheet and I will work on that. Okay. Just give me 2 to 3 days. I'll work on that and give you all the stuff there. A
Okay.
single sheet,
All
it
right.
will everything will be there in the single sheet instead of you
Why
going
you
to
in
the
the
Telegram group, right? Everything will be there in the single sheet. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, I know, but for me, like, I know my system is very bad at the moment, and there's no money coming in for me to go and buy another system. So it's difficult for me to go into the Google and then watch it from there, if you know what I mean, because of the capacity of the video. It's really
Okay.
affecting me. But with one link like that, it's okay for me to paste on a web browser and just watch.
Okay. Fine. I'll
Yeah.
work on it for sure. Definitely, I'll take your suggestion
Okay.
and I'll definitely
I
work
know,
on it.
I know you've been very busy lately. I
Yeah.
understand that, but please, if you can, please, it will really
Yeah,
help.
I'll do that. I'll
All right.
bring in a form of Excel sheet where everything will be there for you. Okay.
Okay.
So
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm also, don't forget the assignment you've been giving us. It really helps. Yeah.
yes, it's better to do the assignments. What
Yes.
I give
Yes.
you. Because
Yeah.
the
Don't forget
assignments
it.
will make you guys confident. Okay, when the real time comes, I'm giving the assignment. I don't have to give
Yeah. I know.
assignments for the previous sessions because this session is very important. You can see the logical stuff, right? If you don't
Yeah. I
solve,
know.
so if you are able to solve the assignment, your confidence will definitely rise.
Sure. All right. Thank you very much for your help.
Sure, no problem. Anytime.
Okay. All right then. Okay.
It coming here, notes link I'm for now posting here, the WhatsApp. Yeah. And yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. If anyone is interested, they can post the assignments in the WhatsApp group. Okay. If anyone is interested, whatever the assignments I gave, you can post in the WhatsApp group and have a discussion over there in the community. Okay. Fine. So that's all for today then. It's already late. Okay. So tomorrow methods, variables. I'll cover methods and variable most probably. And then I have to go with class, objects, and all those stuff. Okay. Let's see what I can cover tomorrow. I'll try my level best. Maybe mostly methods and variables I'll cover tomorrow. Okay. Methods and different type of variables I'm going to cover tomorrow. Okay. So that's the topic for tomorrow. And day after tomorrow will be very, very important topic. I don't know whether tomorrow I'll cover. Day after tomorrow, I'll not take any session, guys. I'll not be available. And next session will be on 20th. After 16, the next session will be on 20. Okay. Directly. After the weekend, I'll take, okay? One more session is there. Tomorrow, I'll cover one session. After that, you can do all the practice. And the next session will be on Monday after 16th. 16th will be tomorrow session. And then after that, directly 20th. Okay? So that's all, guys. That's all from my side. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night. Have a good night. Welcome, everyone. Good night.